Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Monday morning Cappers Nation live edition. Good morning, everybody. Glad to have everybody tuning in. I see we got a nice little crowd building. Welcome. I don't know about you guys, but could have used about like another 12 hours of sleep. But nonetheless, we're here and we're ready to rock and roll. A little under the weather, so bear with me. I went to the doctor yesterday, got that nasty ear infection and all of that good stuff. Good morning. Tar Heel Tim in the house, Jeff, Sal, Jay Hughes, Shane, Jalen, Mr. Bear, Dustin, what's going on? Mike Brown, Daniel up in Canada. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving to everybody up in Canada. All our Canadian brothers and sisters. Brad in Australia, good morning. Good morning. William tuning in via text, good morning. Yegu Jalisa, good morning. James, good morning. Molly Cruel, good morning. Mr. Rebcharn, good morning. Mr. O'Neill, good morning. Brandon, good morning. Says, was a great betting weekend. I almost caught up to the loss or suffered last week, so that's great. Stick with Cappers Direct for the long haul. You will be successful. Thank you, Brandon. Greg Inkle, good morning. Jack, good morning. Rodney, good morning. Steven, good morning. A.K.A. Prantia. Nick, good morning. Mauricio, what's going on, brother? I'm going backwards today. Grill Master all the way up in Amsterdam. Good morning. I hope you like the big Sunday guaranteed winner. Hope all of you guys like the big Sunday guaranteed winner. Sophia Smith, good morning. Ernest White, good morning. I'm sure I missed a few names, and it's definitely not on purpose, that's for sure. Stack Guap in the house. Stack Guap, what's going on, brother? I didn't get no Nervous Nelly text messages from you. Joe D in the house. Bo King in the house. Any packages this week besides what's posted? Just what's posted. 3 days, $99. The big combo package. A week of premiums, week of personals. Guaranteed Saturday. The Sunday NFL guaranteed play, as well as the max fight pick. Kind of hard to go wrong with that package. Chito in the house. Good morning. Joe D says Sunday was money. James Harris says, good morning. We'll be a faithful follower this week, sir. Thank you. We definitely appreciate it. Old infamous whiner, Tom tuning in. Good morning. Good morning. Jalen says, somebody check on Kyle. It's a long-ass trip to the kitchen. We don't have a kitchen here in the office. I kind of wish we did, though. A kitchen in the office would be neat. I mean, we got a break room. But I got a latte machine. I had to fire that sucker back up. Takes a minute to preheat it, to warm it up. Then it's got to grind the coffee beans and all that good stuff. What I need to do is I need to put that latte machine right here. That way, in the middle of the show, I can go right over there, hit the espresso button and the latte button. Do me a double shot. Need one today. Need one today. Doctor doped me up on some antibiotics and then some antibiotic drops for my ear as well. I don't know about you guys, but I think I sound like I'm underwater. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't hear a damn thing out my left ear right now. So, Ali, good morning. Mike Smith, Kyle, did you get the silver alert from my bookie? He's hiding after being crushed for the past 2 weeks. We're going to find him. We're going to find him and we're going to make him pay you. Silver alert out on Mike's book. I love it. I absolutely love it. We're going to do a full recap of what we did or didn't do yesterday. Then we'll jump into today. Light day for the game schedule. No more NBA. NBA is done. You know, it's kind of sad. You know, Mike, absolutely. Switch it up with the latte. You know, it's kind of like a somber Monday, you know. I mean, I get it. The Lakers won. We said that they were going to win. I mean, who didn't say they... And right on that one, hell, we didn't even play Game 6. We didn't play anything on Game 6, believe it or not. The unpredictable Lakers and Heat series made some money early, lost a little late, so decided to stay off of Game 6. And if there would be a Game 7, we'd bet Game 7. And didn't need it. Lakers win. LeBron's your MVP. It is what it is. It's kind of a somber morning. There's no more basketball. There's no more basketball. We have to wait. What is it now? Just under 6 weeks for the start of college basketball. Sly, where do I rank LeBron all time? I mean, I'd have to say, you know, my childhood was more Michael Jordan. I wasn't a big basketball fan back in the day. So at least for me, in my adult life or early childhood that I do remember following basketball, LeBron came later in life, and that's who I know. You know, I mean, I went to some Laker games with my uncle. You know, I watched Magic, watched Kobe when he was young. I don't know why you couldn't say that he wasn't up there. Number one, I don't know. I think his personality's flawed. Other than that, on the court, I don't know how you can't argue. He's won a championship with 3 different teams. You know what I mean? He's won a championship with 3 different teams. Doesn't matter if they were built around him or what. I don't care if you got a big supporting cast. He's won a championship with 3 different teams. There's not many that can say they've done that. And considering how shitty the Lakers were not long ago, pretty damn good. Yeah, it's, you know, the COVID NBA championship with a little asterisk next to it. Bubble play. You know, I got to say that the bubble play was probably harder to win a championship out of than anywhere. Think about the mental aspects. Big D Mall, I got your text yesterday. I will send you the address. I'm actually super excited to see the samples. Super excited. Mark Nation says Kyle winning guaranteed Saturday and Sunday. NFL guarantee. Give him his damn respect. Love it. Love it. Michael says MAC action coming soon. Absolutely. That Pac-12, Mountain West, you name it. They'll all be back. But no more basketball for about just under 6 weeks. The Prague says, Kyle, my master hammered the Colts over and the Astros plus 1.5. Very nice. Congrats. Brad says, Kyle, would today be a must-win game for the Saints? Since the Panthers and the Bucks are both 3-2, I think every game is a must-win situation for every team. In a season without predictability, Every game's a must-win situation. I don't think they go into any where they're, not thinking that it's a must-win. We were definitely blessed to see any basketball this year based on what happened and how everything went. Bo King, thanks for jumping back on board the 3 days. Glad to have you back on board. I see you just signed up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shannon, good morning. Mike Smith says, Kyle, I saw Don and Oscar with cardboard signs at the freeway exit asking for spare change. Love it. Dennis, comparing Jordan to LeBron, I mean, let's be honest. You could debate it for years. You could debate it for hours. Or you could just say they were both the best in their prime. They both made players better on and off the court. Now, Jordan may have made more stars, but when it comes to winning NBA championships, they're definitely both worthy of being the best in that category. But I will tell you this, though. I will tell you this. There's nobody with the star power, with the name recognition, as Michael Jordan. I didn't play a lot of basketball growing up as a kid. Played a lot of baseball, then I played ice hockey. So I didn't play a lot of basketball. I can't shoot, can't jump. It's not the sport that was meant for me. But I can tell you this, as a kid, I think we all wanted to be like Mike. We all wanted to be like Mike. I don't see the same running around from kids. We all want to be like King James. I don't see that. I just don't see that. Mauricio, I appreciate it. Nicholas Malik says, thanks for the free pick yesterday on the Rams game. Very welcome. Live show. Free plays ended up going 2-0. Mike Smith says 2 different eras and 2 different styles of play. They're no different. I mean, no different. No doubt about it. The style of play in basketball today is complete opposite of what it was in Kobe's day. Jeff S. dropping some knowledge. I think they definitely, both players, when you compare them, picked up other players around them, made other players better on and off the court. But I will tell you this, when basketball is all said and done, LeBron may have his, university where he's putting kids through school and whatnot. But when basketball for LeBron James is done, and I'm sure we're near the end of his playing career in the near future, he will still not have the star power or name recognition as Jordan. I promise you, LT will not have 253 pairs of LeBron James signature series shoe in 15 years from now. But he's got 253 pairs of Jordans. Mark Shedd, do we have any 3-day packages for your picks that include guaranteed Saturday and the Sunday pick? No, we don't. Andre says he's got 2 years left in the tank. If you went just off of star power and name recognition, I want to be like Mike. And then after that, I'd have to say Kobe. Hey guys, give me 1 second, all right? Literally, actually, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back, okay? I got somebody that's dropping off a special little care package to me, and I didn't know that they were showing up this early. So give me 1 second. I will be right back. If somebody comes back in the live chat looking for us, let them know we'll be back in like 2 minutes or less, all right? No, Mark, they don't read. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Subscribe and go tell a friend. All right, we're back. Whew. Ran outside real quick. Normally, my local guy don't drop off a care package until later in the day on Mondays. Mike Brown says, Kyle, what's the best option to get on board? I'm dedicated. I'm my own worst enemy. I keep betting teasers and it's killing me. I'm a break-even machine. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Break-even's better than losing, that's for sure. As far as how to get on board, go to the website, cappersdirect.com. Click on the premium tab. Scroll down. Pick out a package that best suits your bankroll and your budget. 3 days premium plays, 3 days of my personal plays, $99. Also the big combo package. It's a little more money, $300. It's a week of premium plays, a week of my personal plays. Guaranteed Saturday on Saturday. The Sunday NFL play on Sunday. And then the UFC Max Fight Pick. Jeff, I actually did run. I ran back out. Yeah, I ran out, believe it or not. That's why I was a little winded. Nico says, Kyle dropping 50 today, flu game edition. Tammy says, I think the Lakers could make another run. You know, I did see something that AD said that he's going wherever LeBron goes. Nigo says the big Kahune package. That would have to be the big combo package for the year that they were doubling all weekend long. You know, there's a couple people in here that took advantage of that. Tate took advantage yesterday of the premium play double up. Neverez, was it a big care package? It's not small. It's not small. Between betting with him and Bet Online, it wasn't small. Do I think tonight could be a trap game on the points? We'll take a look at that here in a minute. We'll jump over to the NFL. 2 Major League Baseball games on tap today. Two Major League Baseball games on tap, as well as Monday Night Football, Tuesday Night Football, Wednesday college football action, Thursday, Friday. It's going to be a great week. It's definitely going to be a great week this week, guys. Definitely pumped about it. Definitely pumped about it. That's for sure. If you're on our premium plays, they're not posted yet. Premium plays are not posted yet. They will be shortly, though. They will be shortly. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Premium plays will be out. My personal plays will be out. Mike Brown says, "It's just me or baseball awesome right now?" That's postseason baseball. Daniel, as far as that goes for this next week, I don't know. I will find out, but I to be honest, I doubt it. But maybe his intentions are to keep it up. I'll find out though. I'll ask. Pac-12 is still waiting. Still waiting. They'll have their little 6-game schedule. You know, Christopher Bear, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. The day that Alex Smith makes his return, Dak goes down. That was definitely a gruesome injury. And thoughts and prayers to Dak and his family, because that was pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. The cramp comments or whatever, you guys got to remember, when they're on TV, they're not generally going to show you the injuries, especially the gruesome ones. So let's hope it's a cramp. He probably really wasn't paying much attention. And you got to remember, the players have families at home watching. But yeah, let's hope it's a cramp. He definitely took some heat for that comment, that's for sure. That's for sure. But, oh man. What a gruesome injury. What a gruesome injury. But yeah, Pac-12 will be back on November 7th. My Trojans open up at home against Arizona State. Nothing like opening up right in conference play. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of it. What's crazy is they start on November 7th, and the Pac-12 championship game is on December 18th. Mr. Bear says, just picked up dinner, looked up, and saw his ankle, lost my appetite. I feel right there with you. Mark Shed said, I realized I am my biggest enemy this week with picks, and I just stayed the course. I would have had a great week with your picks. So here's the thing. I don't care if you use our system the way that we put out plays, or maybe you have your own, maybe you have a better one, maybe you deal with somebody else. To me, the number one key to being successful betting sports, Mark, or anybody out there, is being consistent. Consistency is a big killer. Being consistent, betting what your system or whoever you're getting plays from is advising you to bet. Now, having a bad day definitely will alter somebody's mind course on firing on something the next day. You may feel the sting of one day and then not have the confidence to be able to fire the next day. That's where consistency comes in. You know, people that have been with us for years know we're going to have losing days. We're going to have a losing week. It happens. It happens. I mean, I can tell you back around the last week of September, I had a really bad week. I mean, bad. The kind that you don't like. The kind that I dread. My clients had a bad week that week. We all lost a shit ton of money. We went down some big games. It didn't matter what we did. If we dove left, we should have went right. If we went up, we should have went down. But there is one thing that's certain. There is one thing that's certain. Long term, we will get out of it. Long term, we will get out of it. Based on what we do, long term, we're fine. Now, we may have a bad losing week, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you guys have a bad losing week, it may take you 1 day, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, a month to dig yourself out of that hole and get back profitable. But it's called staying the course, being consistent, always betting within your means. All of that. All of that is extremely important. We'll get everybody whole. My players from that week, here we are 12 days into October, and we're getting there. Some are already getting profitable and having to renew every daily on every day. But the guys that signed up when I went 0-3 and then 0-3, we're getting our way. We're clawing our way out of it. We're almost there. Every day is an improvement. Hell, I can tell you on my personal plays, 2-1-1, 2-1, 2-1-1, 2-2-1, 2-1, 3-0, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. But before that, along the lines, I had an 0-4 mixed in there. And it's funny, the day before that one was a 4-1. Tammy says, considering how hectic your weekend was, you stayed focused and you did your homework, brought winners to the table, made sure your clients and Cap Nation were taken care of. It's one thing that we will always do. We will always do what's right. Remember, guys, I bet every game. So if I'm not feeling it, I won't put it out. Somebody asked me last night, what are you doing on the NBA game? Nothing. You're not taking game 6. You're not doing nothing. You're not betting the teaser. I mean, we've been betting a teaser, at least a teaser in every game. I didn't have $1 on the game. I was a fan. What about Sunday Night Football? You didn't have $1 on the football game? I did not. I can tell you this much. I didn't even turn the football game on. I was getting updates from some customers. I was getting good updates, that's for sure. But I didn't turn that game on. I didn't have $1 on it. I didn't like. I mean, obviously I liked Seattle. However, seemed like a trap line to me. Didn't play it. I'm glad I didn't. I told you guys on the live show yesterday in the morning, I said, it's a dog day. I said there's a lot of things that point to a dog day in week 5. Week 5 was a dog day. Look at all the dogs. Look at all the dogs winning outright yesterday. And I didn't have $1 on it. I don't need to have $1 on it. But if I have money on a game, I give it out. And that's the thing. You know, and Tammy says, considering how hectic the weekend was. The weekend, as far as hectic goes, was one of the more hectic ones I've ever been involved in. Son got married about an hour and a half doing 90. So a solid 2-hour drive from here to where it was at. We drove there Friday. I drove my wife and my little one there Friday. I came back early Saturday morning. After the live show Saturday morning, drove back there. Early Sunday morning, got up, came back to the office. When that was done yesterday, I went all the way back to go get him again. So I made 2 trips yesterday, or 1.5, I guess. Came back, unpacked, did all that, and went to the doctor for the old ear infection. So hopefully tomorrow or later on today, I'll be able to start hearing out of my ear. So yeah, it was definitely a hectic week. And then throw in the whole wedding and all of that good stuff. And I will only always give out the games that I bet personally. If I'm not betting it, I won't put it out. Rowdy, how long until we talk about the NFL game tonight or baseball? I don't know. I'll let you know when we start talking about it. Does that work? But yeah, I appreciate the comment, Tammy. Appreciate the comment, Tammy. And I will always put out what I feel is the best content and the best plays for us to have the ability to make money. And I appreciate that. Because it definitely was a very busy weekend. Rowdy, 30 hours later, get to the point. Dude, if you don't like what we do, Rowdy, go to SBR. They'll just run down all the free plays for you, all right? There's a barbershop. You never been to the barbershop? See the barbershop pole? Don't worry, there'll be a real one spinning this week. It lights up and it spins. We're more than just... Here, everybody, let me help Rowdy, okay? Since Rowdy's in a hurry, and this is for Rowdy and Rowdy only, all right? Take the Chargers plus the 7, and then take the Saints. I know you like me, then why the fuck you rushing me, right? It's barbershop. We'll get to the naked dude here in a minute. It's a funny story. If you don't like the pace that I talk at, or you don't like what I say, or you don't like that I don't just get straight to the games, well, I'm different than everybody else. Henry says he won't leave. He's tired of SBR. I can tell you this is a fact. People may not like the pace that we're at. People may not like the barbershop talk. But one thing that they do like, they like this Vibe Interactive free play board. That was yesterday's during the live show. That was yesterday's. I think that's 2-0 last time I checked. Haven't even reset it yet. That was yesterday's. Trust me, I respect Rowdy being here. I respect everybody being here. And we're all weirdos now. I don't mind Rowdy or anybody being here. But you guys got to remember, I'm going to be live for about 2 hours today. We only got 3 games. We only got 3 games to talk about. I don't care if we got 30 games to talk about. I'm still going to converse with you guys and interact. This is where I have fun. This is my avenue on my work day. Because I'm actually getting paid to be here, believe it or not. which is kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy to think that, and I get paid pretty damn good. My salary from Cappers Direct is pretty damn good. I make more betting, but I wouldn't have to bet. I could live off of what they pay me, that's for sure. But this is my avenue to have fun. And I can promise you, there's nobody else out there that will actually converse with you or give Rowdy this much time. He's in here acting like a little bitch, saying sounds like a little girl. Nobody's crying over you commenting. If I was crying over you commenting, I would just block you. D-Wade says, I'm not going to name their names, but who are these people that they keep going through on SBR? You know, SBR just needs bodies. SBR just needs bodies. They don't bet the games. And if they do, they'll never show you a dollar amount. None of them. None of them. All right, everybody, leave Rowdy alone. Let's get back to business. Let's get back to business. Let's get back to the barbershop. Mark says it's what makes you real over the other people. You know, and I know some people get turned off over that because, you know, some people are, you know, all about the just get straight to the point. I'm busy, yada, yada, yada. I get it. I get it. No need to, Brian. I appreciate him being here. I appreciate everybody being here, even if the ones that, you know, like to rush us or hit the thumbs down or the guys that don't want to be here. You know, I appreciate each and every one of our viewers, the positive ones, the negative ones, whatever the case may be. I appreciate everybody that's here. I appreciate everybody that's here. So what makes us fun is nobody will give him this much time. So anyways, back to the hand. Airpun says, help. Paid betting consultant had questionable games. Okay. What help do you need? Christian Bear, time for you to start giving out hugs. After the whole COVID thing dies down, we'll start distributing hugs. I don't know how you want me to answer that, Airpun. Some other company gave you games. I don't care who gave you what. Every game is questionable if it loses, right? I'm sure people go out and talk shit about me because I give out a loser. I gave out the Bengals yesterday. Maybe I'm a questionable capper because I gave out the Bengals. Bengals have been a covering machine. They definitely didn't help me out yesterday, that's for sure. Alrighty, we're going to jump into it, guys. We're going to have some fun today. And we're going to see what we can do. Mark, my game of the week is put out by me. Guaranteed Saturday, and the Big Sunday NFL player are me and a couple of the other guys. Brian, you've got that New York attitude. It's all good. But hey, you know, I don't want to discourage from Rowdy from tuning in. Rowdy, you're welcome here anytime. But just know. I don't go at I don't go at your pace. And I don't care if you're rushed. Everything's archived. You don't like it. It's your God-given will to, unsubscribe and go somewhere else. But I do appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody being here. All 363 people at the current moment. And we're going to make this a damn good day, let me tell you. We're going to make this a damn good day. We only got 3 games on the board. All right, we only got 3 games on the board. But it's going to be a damn good day. Just because it's 3 games on the board doesn't mean there's not avenues to make money. I promise you, we will be making money. Rowdy, I'll be honest with you. The only dumb questions are the ones that aren't asked. Do I got the Patriots or the Broncos? Neither. They're not playing. Game's postponed. Yoshimik, Kyle, when are you getting a sleeve tattoo? I will, I started it last summer. I made the mistake of starting it in the summertime. Because, then you can't go in the lake for 4-6 weeks while it heals. And, you guys know I'm a big wake surfer and like going to the lake and having fun. And I should have did it last winter, and I didn't. But I will be shortly. Soon as that desert temperature drops and that lake gets a little cold, I'll go in and I'll have them fix up old King Neptune, the turtle, Nemo and Dory. All right, Brian, Rowdy. Got time to tone it down a little. All right. We love everybody here, even the haters. I appreciate all the support, Brian. Tammy says Jimmy G gets benched. Perfect subject change right there. Jimmy G coming in, getting benched. Airpun says differences you give analysis and breakdown when I get a unit play. About units, I don't do units. I am not a unit guy at all. Not a unit guy at all. I don't believe in it. I think it's the wrong way to bet. And wrong approach in my personal opinion. Nothing like going 2-1 or 3-1 and being negative on the day because your 7-star lock of the day lost and you won everything else. So I'm not a unit bettor by no means. And again, what we were talking about before we got on a whole different subject about being consistent. It really is your number one key to being successful is being consistent. And no matter how bad our run is, if there's a bad run, let's be honest, last couple days, premium plays have been up and down, up and down, up and down. But before that, premium plays were lights out. I think they won 10 straight days in a row with multiple sweeps, 3-0, 4-1, 6. There was that monster 6-in-1 day on a Sunday. You're going to give a little back after big wins. It happens. It's the nature of sports. If you track and monitor what you do, you'll see that it actually happens more times than not. And premium plays the last week, they're up, they're down, they're all around. But one thing that's certain is that when it's all said and done, you'll be up. And Mark, I know you had that combo package. Like you said earlier before we got on a whole different subject, you were your own worst enemy when it came to betting. So during that combo package, premium plays lost a couple units. My personal plays won it all back, and then a little over 2 more than that, which that's subpar for us. That's subpar for us. Still a winning week. Still a winning week. You also hammered the guaranteed Saturday, the max fight pick, and the Sunday guaranteed plays, which make it even bigger and better. Whereas the daily plays, they had a winning week if you were betting both. If you're betting them consistently, you had a winning week. Not where we really wanted to be, but hey, there's times where, I'll take up 3 games at the end of the week on a bad week than down 6. That's for sure. If you're going to tell me you're only going to be up 3 games at the end of the week, plus guaranteed Saturday, the NFL Sunday guarantee, and the max fight pick, I'll take it every single week. I'll take it every single week that I could get. Because there'll be times where at the end of the week we're down. It's the nature of the beast. And anybody that gets on and says, I win, I don't ever lose, and they don't talk about the losers, you got to be nervous. You got to understand why. Why? Anthony says 419 watching, only 60 thumbs up. Molly Cruel says 450 people watching and only 61 thumbs ups. Can you tell the people to please hit the button? Absolutely, folks. I will definitely relay the message. If you guys are watching, all 467 of you, do us a huge favor. Give us a big thumbs up. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. It helps get our video trending on YouTube. And one thing I've always preached, is the bigger we make this, the bigger it'll be for you guys in the long run. So hit that thumbs up button, help us get it trending, and we'll keep smashing the books for you guys 7 days a week. Mike dropping a good comment. Mike said, Mark, Mark says, that's what swayed me on Saturday, and looking back, I regret going off course. I'm now sticking to the program. That's the thing. I get a lot of clients. A lot of clients that will pick and choose. If we put out 2 plays, they'll pick and choose. They don't bet one because they don't like it. Or, I'll be honest with you, yesterday's Sunday NFL guaranteed play, of the 5 we've put out all year long, I got more questions about yesterday's, are you sure, than any other one. For everybody that doesn't know, our big Sunday NFL guaranteed play, we took the Carolina Panthers plus 2.5. Yesterday in the live chat, I just wanted to stop a lot of people because a lot of people were on the other side. That Jeff says he's guilty. Jeff's guilty of being a picking and choosing. But a lot of people will pick and choose, and then at the end of the week or their 3 days or the month or the year, they're like, hey man, I'm not up. And then I'm like, well, did you bet everything that we gave out? No, I didn't play this one, or I didn't play that one. Excuse me. And it's the reason why. You guys got to remember, I'm picking and choosing. Of all the games that I give out, or we give out as a premium play as a company, we're already doing the picking and choosing. Now, we're not 100%. Nobody ever is. I'm not the best there ever is, the best there ever will be. We're not 100%. Hell, we're not even near 100%. Nobody is. Well, I take that back. We're 100% on our big Sunday NFL guaranteed plays this year. We're 5-0. Jalen, I'd love to know what I said that made you think that I was giving out the Dolphins or the Panthers. Because it couldn't have been the Dolphins. Because I gave out a free play on that game. and it was a 1 p.m. game. So I'm curious what made you think that we were on the Panthers. So we do picking and choosing, and I bet every game that I give out, and I hammer the snot out of them. Nigo says, pray for Dak. Absolutely, man. That was a horrible, gruesome injury. You know, and I'm going to be honest, Premium Plays had a losing day yesterday. Premium Plays had a losing day yesterday. 1-2-1. We lost a little over, a unit or a game, however you want to classify it. They'll bounce back. My personal plays had a winning day. Sunday NFL play was a big winner on the Panthers, plus 2.5. The line even went to 1.5. I know some of you got nervous when you saw, that bought it late, saw it at 1.5. And, I was still like, by all means, the line is completely wrong on this one. Keep heading in the direction of Carolina. Troy, we haven't broken down that game yet, but we will here in a minute. Jalen, so you thought it would be a notoriously a super shocking bad team? Well, that could have been a lot. It could have been the Falcons. It could have been Carolina. It could have been the Bengals. Could have been Jacksonville or Houston. All early games, bad teams. The Raiders, the Jets, the Cardinals, the Eagles, the football team. No, D-Wade, we don't use anything with computers. The only thing we use with computers is to email you guys, as well as post the plays. Eddie Sports Money, what's going on, buddy? Kenny says, we don't have NFL where I'm from. I'm following you blindly. I appreciate it. And here's one. Mark Nation says, used to do the same and question some picks. Had to say I'm paying for your expertise and trust all your picks. That's a fact. I do remember that. I do remember. And I don't mind people questioning me. I'm wrong sometimes. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I don't make 100% the correct decisions every single time. Edward says, the NFL just stands for no effing luck for me this year. That happens. That happens. Joshua says, I love the Panthers coaching staff. Panthers coaching staff is very underrated, and so is their quarterback. I speak very highly of Teddy Bridgewater. I think he got a raw deal when he got hurt. He should probably still be the quarterback up in Minnesota. I'm sure Jeff would love him. Sly says, if you did, you would get banned. Get banned for what? What did I miss? Mike says, I tipped my hand when I said people would question. See, in my opinion, there was a lot of games. If I would have gave you guys Jacksonville or the Texans, you probably would have questioned me. If I would have gave you the Bengals, you would have questioned my sanity, which nobody did on my personal play yesterday. If I would have gave the Falcons 0-4, you guys would have questioned me. Would have gave the Jets, you guys probably would have smacked me silly. If I would have gave the Dolphins, everybody but Jeff would have questioned me because Jeff had a very nice money line bet on it. I seen the ticket at almost plus 200, so congrats, Jeff. Nice big money line ticket there. Rowdy says the Chiefs lost everyone yesterday. I didn't have the Chiefs. I didn't play it. If you guys listened to the live show yesterday, we didn't break that game down, but I said the Raiders always notoriously are in the running against the Chiefs. They play it close. Anthony says the Saints make the biggest mistake when they let Teddy go. I agree. I did get to go, to a Saints game last year. Me and my wife were down there in New Orleans and Mississippi. We did get to go to a Saints game, hang out with some of our viewers and customers, Houdat Bob and his family. And I got to tell you, I have never seen a backup get more cheers and more excitement for a backup to come in when Drew Brees and company was already done tearing apart the Cardinals. That crowd loved Teddy. The chants, the cheers, waiting for him to come in. Him getting the crowd pumped on the sideline. The middle of the game. So I do think they definitely made a mistake there. Bobby, can I start over? No, but you can hit the rewind button. Tammy says, I only question you when you have 2 or more losing days. It happens. I promise you, I will have 2 losing days or more in a row. It happens. 100% it happens. 100% it happens. It won't be the first time that it will ever happen to me. It'll happen again. Now, it hasn't happened in a while for myself personally, but it'll happen. That I promise you. But it's about long-term success. Daniel says, I question you when you said you had a lean on the Jets to cover, LOL. I know, you're the one guy on Twitter. You're the I told you so guy. I told you so, the Cardinals. Cool, congratulations. I hope you won. I didn't have $1 on either one of those teams, so I could really care less who won. All I was saying is maybe you guys need a better definition of what a lean is. I'm literally just leaning in that direction. Doesn't mean I even have a single of my penny on it. So, not $1 on that game. I could really care less of the outcome of that game. I was just giving a lean on the direction of the game. But hey, I get leans wrong all the time. That's why they're leans and they're not actually free plays or actual paid plays. That's the difference. That's the difference. Real Chimp says, Cards finally mad. Well, they should have been after starting out fantastic, then shit in the bed. Javon Sanders says, I'm taking the Bears this week. Nigo says, leans don't count towards the personal record. Some will disagree with you. So like, oh man, you leaned on the New York Giants yesterday. Hot diggity dog, we did. Mike Smith says the college games have been going over the last couple weeks. It's nuts helping crush so many first quarter overs. We definitely have been crushing some first quarter overs. We've missed a couple, but not many. I won't repeat that one, Nick. I won't repeat that one, but I like that analogy. That analogy in the comment section's spot on. I'm actually looking. I was trying to see who he punched. I forgot the name of it. It was safety Chauncey Gardner-Johnson that he punched. We pushed on 2 yesterday in the NFL. The NFL is different, though. The pace of play, the way the NFL's more run the ball versus, airing it out. You're going to hit a lot more in college than you do the NFL. And I know in the NFL we're going to hit a lot more pushes than we will losses, and we'll have more pushes than we will wins. But the probability of those pushes turning into wins are a lot greater, so we'll take them. Adam, we definitely killed you. You could have killed every direction of that over in that guaranteed Saturday play. 101 total points scored. Mark, I don't know if you guys saw, but I did a 3-team parlay, and I screwed up. I'm gonna blame it on being tired and not thinking. I gave everybody the over in the Florida game. I took guaranteed Saturday. I took the NC State game over, which is the one that I was actually worried about. That was the only one, and that was actually a play of mine. And then I gave you guys all the over in the Florida game, and I put Florida on the money line. I said, there's no way Florida doesn't win. So I put Florida. I did a $2,700 3-teamer that paid like $11,951 or whatever it was. I actually showed it off here and on Twitter. Why I just didn't use Florida, the over, like I did as a personal way, because I bet the over, and I made great money on the over. But I said, the parlay, I'm going to play it safe. Oh, fuck that. Excuse my language. I should have just used the damn play that I put out. It paid a hell of a lot better because it was a minus 110 versus a minus 200 in the parlay. And it ended up being a winner. Hindsight 2020, the idiot dropping it. Jalen says, I think my phone spies on me. The Navy just emailed you about recruitment. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. No, I definitely shouldn't have covered. I had them on the money line, and I thought there'd be no way that they lose. Going into that last drive, I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to be good. They'll drive down. They'll either score a touchdown, probably a field goal. Dr. Franco, good morning. And I'll hit this parlay. Nope. Nope. Not a chance. They got to fumble the ball. Give A&M a chance to just come right in and kick a game-winning field goal. I can tell you I was promising and I was praying that he was going to donk it off somehow, some way. I was hoping he was going to donk it off. But, it didn't happen. So, it is what it ain't. So we're going to move right along. We've got 3 games today. We've been live for a little while. I'm finally getting the 4 shots of espresso to kick in. And we'll start taking a look at the games today. Astros losing yesterday, 2-1, super low-scoring game. Hell of a baseball game yesterday. We did win on the Astros run line, plus 1.5 yesterday. And Andrew says, I think the Marshall was the easiest pick over the weekend. I couldn't believe the line was only 6.5. Gave out Marshall as a free play on Saturday. What'd they end up winning? 38-7 or something of that nature. Something of that nature. Although you could have just faded, Mississippi State, who only put up 2 points on Saturday. Breaking news: the Chicago White Sox and manager Rick Renteria agree to part ways. The Chicago White Sox and manager Rick Renteria have agreed to part ways following the 2020 season. White Sox general manager, senior vice president Rick Hahn announced today Renteria completed his 4th season as a White Sox manager in 2020, leading the Sox to a 35-25 record and a tie for second place in the American League Central. The White Sox lost their best of 3 American League postseason wildcard series in 3 games to the Oakland Athletics in his 4 seasons, 2017-2020. At the helm, Renteria guided the White Sox to a 236 and 309 combined mark and 1 postseason appearance, Finally get your team into the postseason, and then you guys part ways. Renault Brown, all you got to do if you want to get on board, go to our website. I'll post a link, cappersdirect.com. Click on the premium tab. Scroll down, pick a package that best suits your bankroll and your budget. Just make sure it's on that premium tab. That way you're getting our the best that we put out, and we'll definitely help you out. It don't matter if you're betting $20 or $20,000, which definitely looks like you're not betting $20. We'll definitely take care of you in either direction. So nonetheless, feel free to jump on board, and we're going to have a great day today. It's going to be a monster week. D. Wade says the Giants laying 2.5 over Washington in Week 6. We got to get out of Week 5 before I start focusing in on Week 6, that's for sure. People do ask me all the time, and they'll say, hey, Kyle, do you bet the games when the lines first come out? I used to, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion. I used to bet. I'd see a line that I loved, and I would jump all over it. I've been murdered more times than not betting early. People ask me all the time, well, the games start on Sunday. The lines are out on, Sunday the week before most of the time. Why are you not betting it early? Why are you not giving your clients the games out early? Well, I like to see who makes practice. I like to see who shows up on an injury report. I like to see who's a healthy scratch. I like to see who's missing practice, who's injured. Because a lot of times those players are going to affect a certain part of the game. So people ask me all the time, why don't you put out the Monday Night Football game earlier in the week? Well, it'd be nice to know who's playing and who's not. Who's actually going to be able to play, because that injury maybe was not as bad as it was let out to be. Or same thing with, injuries that may not have been disclosed earlier in the week. Would be no different. So, a lot of times you might miss a big line. You might miss a big swing, especially in a total or in a game. Browns opening up as a dog, end up closing as a favorite. Prime example. And Joshua says about COVID, and that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother aspect that you have to handicap. And Christopher Bayer, because slipping and falling in the shower happened. Fact. And I've been murdered more times than not by betting early. It's just one of the things that I generally try and steer clear of, especially in games where that starting lineup or key players matter, especially in the NFL. And then you take into fact COVID tests on a daily basis, game day tests, all that stuff. Now, obviously, we have so many clients, we can't wait until 15 minutes before game time. Some of you guys need time to drive to the casino. So we have to make the best decisions that we can with the information that's available on game day. Nick, you do a lot of times get the best line, but I don't mind not betting a game because I missed a line. I have no problem doing that. Because you missed an injury. There's injuries that don't get reported until Tuesday. Players get injured in practice. Now you got to deal with COVID tests and positive tests and players going into the COVID bubble. We're on the COVID reserve list. All of that. So as far as I go, and that's my personal opinion, everybody has their own betting style. Some people like to bet early in the week and hope that, key players don't go down, get sick, get the flu, get the shits the night before, fall and slip in the shower, sprain an ankle in practice. Whatever the case may be, shit happens. And I would rather not bet a game than have my money wrong and have to risk betting the other side to hedge and then lose 10 or more %, depending on where you're betting. Joshua says 664 here. Wow. It's getting bigger. We're almost at 680. One day we'll pop the 700. One day we'll pop the 1,000. You know, it's just the way that I operate. It's just the way I operate, and everybody has their own betting style. And I'm going to be honest with you. There's no wrong way to bet. There's no wrong way to bet. Amir says this is better than watching ESPN. Thanks, Kyle, new subscriber. I appreciate it, Amir. Appreciate subscribing. Sophia Smith, do we have premium plays today? We will. They're not out yet, but we will. We will. As soon as we get off the live show, we'll wrap them up. We are actually waiting to confirm one of the players in the Monday Night Football game and one of the players in one of the baseball games. And there's no wrong way to have if you have a strategy when it comes to betting, stick to it. Like Nick says, he likes to bet early in the week. Or I think that's what he was saying. Obviously the lines on favorites are sometimes lower. Not always. Not always. A lot of times they put out that, overinflated line knowing that you're gonna hammer it. However, Vegas does put out lines early and they get murdered in the opposite direction and they correct them quickly. And they'll correct them quickly. So there are times where you could have a super low total. And that total could be 6, or especially in college, could be 7, 8, 9 points higher come kickoff. Rodney says, thanks for being patient with your customers. Always, Rodney, man. The way that, my belief is the only dumb question is the ones we don't ask. Especially when it comes to something that you're not an expert in. If you're not an expert in that field, what I know, Rodney, I know you're new to sports betting. Bookie took advantage of you on day one. We went 2-1 and he gave you a losing day. He gave you 15 on a first quarter total when nobody in the country had it over 13.5. So I understand that, and having, we get customers that are experienced bettors. We get customers that have never made a single bet in their life that just, found the show, watched it, and want to partake in it. So I understand, we're definitely going to have to, and I don't mind holding somebody on the hand, holding somebody's hand and helping them out along the way. And especially when it comes to questions, guys, the only dumb ones are the ones you don't ask. You guys get an opportunity to have an interactive live chat with me. I may not know every answer out there in the world, and I won't make up one when I don't know it. But the only questions we don't ask are the dumb ones. So if you guys ever have a question, feel free to ask it. If I don't answer it, maybe I didn't see it. If you ask it 3 times and I didn't answer it, I probably didn't want to answer it. No, I'm just teasing you. But I'll be more than happy to answer everything at any time. Obviously, when it comes to games and stuff like that, if we've got premium plays on it, I may not be able to answer direct questions or what, but I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Finally, broke 700 in here, 707 at the current moment. If you guys are new to our channel, take 1 second out of your day, hit that subscribe button. We go live 7 days a week. We've been bullshitting from the morning barbershop talk. If you guys don't know, we do have a barbershop poll. There'll be a real one that they're hanging here in just a couple days. One of the things that we do different here on this show is we shoot the shit. I interact with you guys. Sometimes we get off on tangent. Sometimes we get off on complete different subjects. We'll talk about just about everything here except politics and religion and how much money is in your bank account or not in your bank account. Those 3 subjects mean no different to me. Those 3 subjects have no bearing on the outcome of what we're going to put out. And, give me 1 second. There we go. And I love what we do. We got 3 games today. We're going to break them all down. We're going to touch all 3. I may not have free plays on every single one of them for you guys, but we're going to hit every single one. Airpun, do you have Do you recommend parlaying individual picks you give out? Never. I will never recommend a parlay. If you want to be successful betting sports, if you're one of the individuals that's sitting back there and you're going, and I'm not calling anybody a loser, so before I make this statement, let me put that out there. If on your betting account, and prime example, and Tom, if you're watching, I'm going to use you as an example. Because I specifically remember last year, Tom Weiner, who's in the chat, used to go by Infamous Weiner when we first started the show. I remember a specific show last year where he came on and he said, after watching the show, I'm almost finally to the green in his lifetime of betting. He finally got there. Now I know he's gone up and down and back and forth, but he finally got there. There was the gentleman, who was it? You guys remember? I think it was from Washington or Canada. He actually sent me the picture of the truck. We shared it on the live show. The guy made enough money during the show, and he went and finally, the guy was so happy and so thankful, just betting free plays, that he finally went and bought a truck and upgraded his car, sent us a picture of the whole works, yada, yada, yada. If you're one of the individuals that's sitting back and you pay your bookie or you reload your offshore account more times than you're actually collecting, it's time to evaluate what you're doing or what you're not doing so we can change that. Jay Gonzalez, I will answer that. I've actually seen it come by a couple times. I will answer that one for you in just a minute, brother. I will answer that one in just a minute. If you're not collecting more times than not, if you're paying out more than you're collecting, we need to reevaluate what you're doing or what you're not doing so we can fix that. I don't care if you're just betting sports for fun. Betting sports for fun should not cost you money in the long run. Betting sports is a very difficult thing to do, being successful, but we can help that. We can change that. Am I your Lord and Savior? No. Do I walk on water? No. Is what I do successful? Absolutely. Because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be able to go put 5-10 grand on a game 15 years later. Wouldn't be possible. I'd be broke. Dead broke. But that ain't the case. Jay Gonzalez, Kyle's, my personal plays or premium plays, which one is better? They both have a place. Not one will treat you wrong. The difference between premium plays and my personal plays, let's start with my personal plays. They're exactly what they sound. They're my personal plays. There's no outside influence. There's nobody above me. There's nobody saying, hey, I like this, let's do this. There's no outside influence. What I give out is me, myself, and I. Ronald, I'll answer that question as well in just a second. Premium plays are put out through the company. Premium plays are put out through the company. There's 8 of us here when it comes to premium plays. We all have our hands in the cookie jar. All right, we all have our hands in the cookie jar. And we all have a part and a say in what our premium plays are. That's the cool thing, is you get 8 of the sharpest minds when it comes to premium plays. Not to say we're perfect, because we're going to have losing days. But I wouldn't classify one as better than the other. Premium plays are, the company's top dog plays. And they're not the same plays. Occasionally we'll have one that overlaps, and when that happens, we hammer the snot out of it. We double dip, is like we like to call it. Randy C says, but he's a godsend, ain't that right, big bra? I love it. But as far as which one's better, we'll take care of you on both. We'll take care of you on both. As always, all of our packages, doesn't matter if you bought a premium or a personal. We take the difference between us. We take care of customers because I know I'm not going to win 365 days of the year. I know I'm not going to have 52 straight winning weeks. And I'll be honest and admit it with you guys. That's why we have our policy. Whereas if you buy a premium play package or my personal plays, if we don't win, it don't matter if you bought a 3-day package, a week package, a year package, a month package, or you did one of our where we raise money for charity donation days, where we give you a free day. We take care of you until you make money. We don't leave anybody hanging. And the only reason we can do that is we're successful long term. Joshua says, can't go wrong with any of the packages, stick to the system. I agree. Check a few. Morning, Kyle. Who has the edge between yours and your company at the end of the year in reference to capping? Who has the edge? I'd say it's pretty even. They end up pretty damn close, believe it or not. I mean, I will tip my cap to the company because when you come back and you take a look at it, there's 8 of us when it comes to premium plays. My personal plays are me, myself, and I. That's why somebody will get an off-the-wall play from me. It's because I don't have to convince 7 other people why we should be taking, the Colts and the Browns over. There was people in the company that didn't like that yesterday. I did. I loved it. I was all over it. It was a personal play of mine. Absolutely loved it, and we hammered the snot out of it, gave everybody it for free. And here's another thing, because I want to start breaking down the games, because we have been live for a while, and we've been bullshitting, and I know there's some people that love the barbershop talk, and I know there's some that will deal with it just so that we get to the breakdowns, and I appreciate everyone. Appreciate all of them. But one thing that's true, people say, oh, you just sell picks, you're out there to make money. I'm going to bet the games, regardless if you guys sign up or not. A lot of you guys know I didn't have a game of the week last week. I didn't put one out. Didn't need to. Real champ, no Monday Night Football. We're going to break down Monday Night Football. It's coming right up. We're going to break down both baseball games, Monday Night Football, and if we have time, we'll talk about Tuesday night NFL football. But I didn't have a game of the week last week. There was not one that I really wanted to hammer. I mean, obviously the Saturday play and the Sunday play, I already knew we were hammering the snot out of it. But I didn't have a game of the week last week, didn't put one out. And people are like, are you going to have one? And I said, only if what things work out, then we'll have it. But if it doesn't, I don't need to put something out just to make a sale. That's for sure. NBA Real Tape, will there be a game of the week this week? Only if, things align and the opportunity arises. I don't have to have one every week, for the fact that I'm betting every game that I put out. And if I'm not willing to go put 10, 15 grand on a game, I'm not going to make it a game of the week. We get enough action on a daily basis with premium plays, my personal plays, the big guaranteed Saturday, the Sunday NFL game. We've got enough to supplement my spending habits and my toys at home. So let's jump right into baseball. We're going to do baseball first, and we're going to do Monday Night Football. 2 baseball games, then Monday Night Football. We're going to hammer them all. All right. Lance, why no game of the week? The game that I was looking at didn't pan out. Didn't pan out. The game that I was looking at, the game that I wanted to be able to use, did not pan out. And beforehand, and I just made the decision not to force it. Don't need to force anything. I bet for a living. No need to force anything. You know what I mean? Especially more so for my clients, because I promise you, my bankroll could withstand a big loss. I could withstand a big loss, but what I can't withstand is you guys having a big loss, especially with no benefit behind it. Risk versus reward. If I'm not going to put my money on it, I'm not going to put your guys's. And especially on something big. Nathan, what's my record for the game of the week? I'd have to go back and look, but it's pretty damn good. I don't have it sitting in front of me. It would be on another computer on that desk right there. But it's a winning record. And I'll never force anything for you guys. Because, I mean, I get it. If I say game of the week or guaranteed Saturday or shit, when we've put out a game of the year, we've never lost a game of the year. Any game of the year that we've ever put out, we have never lost for the company. And there are bettors in here that from the live show or our premium plays that bet $20 to $25 a game. And then when we have a game of the year, they send me a copy of their ticket and they got like 10, 12 grand on it. Like what the? You go from $50 to 12 grand because it's a game of the year. I know that. So we will never force anything. We didn't have an NBA game of the year this year. We didn't. Bubble play, unpredictability, we just didn't have one. So we didn't put it out because I know if I go lose 20, 30 grand, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks. It does. I mean, it really does. But if I know you guys go out and you're normally a $50 bettor, and I know because we put out a game of the year, you're going to go put 10 grand, 12 grand, 15 grand on it, 5 grand, 2 grand, whatever it may be. I won't risk it for us to make a sale for the fact that I know you guys have money on it. And if that makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't, Brandon, is it possible? Yeah, I'm sure we could. Definitely. But you guys got to remember, it's like a rolling cycle. What we did last September or hell last October has no bearing on this October. World Rank says this stream does seem to have a lot of people on here. Well, there's 747 at the current moment. Jay Gonzalez says it's guaranteed Saturday and Sunday a package. It's a one-day, it's a one-play thing on Saturday and Sunday. We're pretty good at them. Mike Brown says a lot of trolls on here today must be lost and looking for help. Well, you came to the right place. That's a fact. If you guys are new to our channel, first of all, Cappers Nation Live, welcome. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're watching in the world, or good evening. We go live 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, so set your alarm clocks. Saturday and Sundays, we go live 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, a little early in the morning. If you're new to our channel and you do one thing right this weekend, or this week, excuse me, you'll hit that subscribe button right down below. If you see the small little red box on your screen in the lower right-hand corner that says YouTube, just hover your mouse over it. It pops up a little subscribe window. Hit that subscribe button. Tap that little bell. That way you get notified each and every single time we go live. That way you get notified and you don't miss a beat on anything that we do. Now, we don't just roll down the list and give you free play this, free play that, free play this, free play that. It's not what we're about. It's not what we're about. Probably the most interactive sports betting show that's on YouTube. People will read your comments. They won't interact with you. Sam Bell, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Phoenix 1067, what is this? This is Cappers Nation Live. Real Champ says, so if I get the $99 package starting today, I get plays today. Fantastic. Absolutely. Yes, sir, you do. Yes, sir, you do. Oh, and somebody asked the difference between premium and personals. Another big difference. Premium plays you get right on the website. Instant access, personal plays I send out to you personally. No upsells, no games, no gimmicks, none of that bullshit. No upsells, none of that shenanigans. Fantastic, Ronald. It'll definitely treat you well. You can't go wrong with it, brother. And as always, if for some reason something doesn't work over the course of the 3 days, we take care of you until you are profitable. Scott was Tammy this morning. That's awesome. What's going on, Scott? Good morning. Do we pick other sports? I do soccer. Stack Guap, no sir, you did not. We're getting ready to. We need another cup of coffee, that's for sure. All right, so let's jump into some baseball action, all right? Let's jump into some baseball action. We'll roll through baseball. Only 2 games, so we can get through it. And then we'll start talking Monday Night Football. If we have time, we'll take a look at Tuesday Night Football as well. Stack Guap, you just missed some good conversations back and forth. No Russian ping pong, no marble racing. One thing I do specialize in, the Tijuana Turtles. All right, if you've never been with us long enough, the screen just went black. Guess we went live for too long. Give me 1 second, folks. Let me fix the screen. We just broke it. But we specialize in the Tijuana Turtles. I'll keep talking while I fix it. The Tijuana Turtles, if you don't know, it's at a place south of the border called Adelitas, down in TJ. If you don't know what that is, then you definitely don't need to know. All right? You definitely don't need to know. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready because we are going to have some winners. This was yesterday's Vibe Interactive free play board. So we're going to get this ready for today. All right, I normally reset it, but I didn't. That was a nice free play winner right there yesterday during the live show. Rams first quarter over 9.5, minus 103, and the Colts and Browns over 49. Look at that. Vibe Interactive board is ready. Now, I know you guys are watching. So if you look at this screen, if you go to our website, if you've never been with us, you don't have a Bet Online account, you want to go to our website and take a look at the promotion that we're running. Can't talk about it on YouTube because YouTube is YouTube. But if you go to our website and you take a look right here where you can get 2 days of premium and personals free if you're eligible for that promotion. All right? So nonetheless, we put the free plays up on the free play board when we have them. We don't put leans up because leans are exactly that. They are leans. They are leans. Means I'm leaning in a direction. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily betting it. However, if I do bet it, I will let you know. If I do bet it, I will let you know. KBO, we've done KBO. We do KBO. During the whole COVID, I'd have to say we were probably one of the best out there when it came to Belarus and Nicaraguan soccer. We were cleaning up free plays, guaranteed Saturday, daily basis. I mean, we were just lights out when it came to our international soccer. So we definitely multi-sport. World ranked, is there anything for existing? I'm not allowed to discuss that stuff on YouTube. We got in trouble once. They smacked our hand, put us in timeout. But not at the current moment, no. Not at the current moment. But I am working with them on one for existing. Hopefully in the future, there will be another one here shortly. Hopefully in the next week or two, we'll have a special one courtesy of them. They are the official sportsbook and odds of the show. All right, so let's dive right into it. All right, let's dive right into it. 2 games today. I mean, I like the fact that, we have one that's, early action. 107 on the East Coast, 107 on the West Coast, so literally 3 hours from now. 4 hours from now, excuse me. I was hoping they'd both be in the evenings. I don't know why, but I kind of like it. Breaks up the day. First game, Astros and the Rays. This will be game number 2. Rays getting the job done yesterday. beating him 2-1. Doors.com KBO will soon have to be talked about. Also, Japanese baseball. We've got enough football that we can talk about football on a daily basis and not have anything else to talk about, let me tell you. Doors.com says UFC has been fire lately. Absolutely. Brandon, I know you signed up for them, so I already tacked 2 days on to your service because you already let me know. I tacked 2 days onto your service already. I already got you covered there, brother. Game 1 yesterday. What a game. What a game. Astros with the Altuve home run in the first inning. It kept 1-0. Valdez pitching 6 complete innings, giving up just 4 hits. Ended up giving up those runs in the 4th and the 5th, though. Bobby says, Kyle, give out a soccer play free every once in a while. I do. It's been a couple weeks. I'll get you guys another one. It was that 1 in the 5th, the go-ahead run. We had the Astros as a personal play of mine. We had them on the run line plus 1.5 yesterday. So we hammered home that one. For everybody that doesn't know, we do have a daily free play out. Absolutely, NBA Real Tape. Absolutely. If they haven't been done yet, they do it manually. There's a lot of them, especially over the weekend. So that it'll get extended. Check back in less than an hour, I bet. Accounting comes in at 8 o'clock. They've been here 55 minutes. And it's one of the first things that they do is they go ahead and they reactivate anybody that needs to be extended. As far as game 2 goes, we haven't put out anything on this game yet. Cosmo, we're going to talk about the Saints here in a minute. Real Champ, how can premium be extended? Well, if you bought a 3-day package for us over the weekend, your account will be extended automatically. Rowdy, I can't discuss any of that here. Again, YouTube doesn't allow us to. I got to respect their community guidelines, their rules, and their regulations. If you want to know if you qualify, you need to go to our website, cappersdirect.com, and read at the very top of the page. Specific rules and instructions are there, and if you qualify, you qualify. Animal Funny World says Saints money line. We're going to talk about that game there in just a minute. NBA Real Tape says, see that, guys? They've got us covered 100%. Always. Always. Lance, is it a holiday in the U.S.? It is. It is a holiday. Banks closed, no school. I know it's Thanksgiving up in Canada. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadians. All of our Canadian constituents. Today is Columbus Day in the United States, October 12th. Rowdy, you click the free plays. Free plays take you to the videos. We don't post free plays on there. That takes you to our free play videos. So it did what it was supposed to do. But at the very top of the page, it shows you the promotion. You just got to read it. If you qualify, you qualify. If you don't, you don't. Jay Gonzalez says it won't let me get a package. Says it is blocked. Number to call and order. What is blocked? Sal S., thank you for jumping on board the combo package. I'll be in touch real soon. Sorry there, buddy. No outside promotion of your own channel there, dipshit. You want to promote your own videos? Go build up your own following. All right, so Your IP is blocked? That would be for a specific reason. Feel free to email me. Kyle@cappersdirect.com. I'll have them take a look at it. There's a chance that IP addresses can be routinely used by two different people, especially if it's from a cell phone carrier. But feel free to email me, and I'll and let me know what your username is, and I'll take a look at it. Matt Chris says he is at work. They may have blocked sites like that. It's probably on our end, Matt, more than likely. Although it's possible. It's possible that his if he's at work, it may be blocked. But if he's actually on the purchase page trying to make a purchase and it says he can't make a purchase because his IP is blocked, could be our credit card processor, could be many things. But I'll definitely take a look into it. Yeah, you could always call to order it, but your best bet is not to call when I'm live. All right, so back to the Astros, back to the Rays. Game number 2 today, guys. Rays up 1-0. We're getting Lance McCullers Jr. on the mound for the Astros. Charlie Morton. No, annual funny video. I did not have Kansas City yesterday. I actually said the Raiders would keep it close. Much like they do in every single meeting. As far as this one goes, as far as this game with Lance McCullers Jr. taking a look at his most recent outings against the A's in a series against the A's, he got pushed around. However, the Astros did more pushing. They ended up winning 10-5, but he gave up 5 runs in that game. Lance got beat up. Went 4 complete innings, gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, gave up those 3 home runs. 5 strikeouts and a walk. Not typical Lance McCullers numbers, but it has been something he's been trending towards. He's been giving up a lot of hits this season in certain areas against certain teams with certain style of hitters. How is he going to face against the Rays? I think he does all right today. Real Champ says the Chiefs game destroyed a parlay. Sorry to hear. Brandon, you should bring back the Mexican dance starter video. You know what? We had that, and we got hit with a copyright on it. That guy wanted to try and stake claim. I mean, we could play it, but then he gets to stake claim and put his advertisements on the video. Absolutely, Brian. It was a great guy. But again, Jay Gonzalez, feel free to email me, Kyle@cappersdirect.com, and I will take a look into your account. Lance says McCullers gets touched up today. I think he's going to get touched in every game that he pitches this postseason. The thing when he pitches, though, is the Astros usually come to play. They're going to be up against Morton today. And old Charlie is another one who's also been getting touched up and been getting hit. He's been walking batters. He's got 5 walks over 3 games. There was a stretch where 2 walks in a game for Morton over the course of 4 or 5 innings. Seems to be the norm. Hasn't given up a home run in 3 starts. How has he fared against the Astros? October 7th of last year, he came in for 5 innings, Gave up just 1 run on 3 hits. Joshua says this should be a 7-game series. Barring some extremely close 2-1, 1-0 games, I agree. I definitely feel it's going to be a long series between the Astros and the Rays. When you take regular season numbers, the Rays were the best in the American League in the regular season. They have one of the best bullpens as far as getting through 9 innings in baseball. Their starters only go 3 to 5 innings on average. Ronald Brown, where do you find the $99 package? Click on the premium tab. I'll post a link to it. Scroll down. You'll see it'll say 3 days of premium plays or 3 days of my personal plays for $99. And it's right there. There's a link to it, brother. Rays have one of the best, most complete bullpens to get them through 9 innings. But one thing that I was a firm believer in and I preached in during the regular season, the Astros just needed to get to the postseason. It was very obvious that they were not playing comfortable. Aaron, I'll tell the naked guy story in between this breakdown and the Braves breakdown. When you go up to the bat and you're sitting in the batter's box, and you know there's a very high probability that a high 90s or 100-mile-an-hour fastball is going to be coming at your shoulder, your back, your head, behind you, at your ankles, it's got to be unnerving. How do you expect to sit in the batter's box and actually have a competitive at-bat, knowing the probability of getting plucked with a fastball is probably going to be high? During the regular season, teams were afforded the opportunity and the luxury to pluck as many Astros batters at will. Give them as many runners on base as needed for the old cheating scandal. We knew it was going to happen. We talked about it in spring training before the season was even started. Actually, before spring training even started, and the batters were getting plucked in spring training. We knew it was going to happen all season long. And we also said it would stop when we got to the postseason, so long as the Astros made it to the postseason. Once you get to the postseason, what happened in the regular season doesn't matter. Are the Astros still cheaters? Yes, they are. But teams can't afford to put Altuve on first base, Bregman on first base. They can't afford to do it in every single game in the postseason. If they just start plucking batters and put on Carlos Correa and Altuve and Bregman, and they just start putting them on base, George Springer, they're going to get their ass handed to them. It'll be a short and sweet series, and the Astros will advance to the World Series. It's not going to happen. And we said that before the postseason. We said that all season long. And that's what we get now. The Astros are sitting in the batter's box. They're comfortable. They're actually having a chance to see the ball. They know the probability of that fastball coming at their head is slim to none in the postseason. We saw that in game 1 of the postseason. It was lights out. They knew it. We knew it. It was obvious. The whole world knew it was going to happen. And anybody who didn't think that the Astros would stop getting it hit on purpose for the most part in the postseason, then you guys were obviously looking at something else. As far as what's going to happen today, I think this will be a very competitive series. I think both of these teams, with the exception of the bullpen, when it comes to batters, both teams can do damage in a hurry. But there's a fact. When you look at the Astros' numbers, Those are numbers from the regular season from players that had the fear of getting hit in the head with a fastball. And we don't get that anymore. Real Champ, so what is better to bet, premium or personal? The picks are generally different. Every once in a while they overlap, and when they do, we hammer the snot out of it. We double dip. Both are great. Both have a place. Both will treat you right. If you guys buy premium plays, remember, I have my hands in helping with those, so you're not hurting my feelings. If you jump on board my personal plays, I send them to you manually. I text them to you. You get to deal with me one-on-one directly, whereas premium plays are right there on the website. So, big difference between the two, performance-wise. You end up winning on both. Can't go wrong with either one. As far as this game goes, I think the books have it priced right when it comes to the odds. When you start taking a look at it, the Rays are laying $1.22 as of right now. That line came down. They were $1.35 this morning. The Astros are plus 122. Total set over and under 8.5, minus $1.07. Aaron says, sounds like a double dip day. Definitely could be. That's a fact. Bobby makes a great point. Says the Rays won by pitching around the Yankees. The Astros are a very well complete hitting team. You can't pitch around every batter. That's for sure. Pitch around Altuve, you run into Bregman. Pitch around him, eventually you run into Reddick. A lot of these Astros players can do damage, especially now that they're getting comfortable at the plate. Dr. Franco says take the under on the first game. As far as this one goes, run line on the Astros plus 1.5 is minus 180. A little higher juice than I'd like to see. If it was lower, I'd be all over it. I think we see some runs scored between both teams. Both pitchers have a tendency to get hit. Joshua says the Astros have 5 or 6 great hitters. Absolutely. Absolutely. Andrew Wynn, we're doing baseball right now. And we're gonna pick up the pace and go through it a little faster. I know we've been live for a long time. Astros are definitely a very well complete hitting team, much like the Atlanta Braves, much like the LA Dodgers. As far as the 4 teams that are left, offensive-wise, there's nothing better than those 3 as far as postseason play goes. The Astros in the regular season, you got to factor in, they weren't real numbers. They were getting plucked left and right. All right, Jay Gonzalez, I'll take a look after the live show, and either way, I'll email you back. And if you know what your IP address is, you can go to just Google, what's my IP address? If you send it to me, I can look up what that IP address is that's getting blocked, and I can let you know exactly what the problem is. But as far as quality of hitters, those 3 teams of the 4 that we have left are probably the best. As far as the total, over and under 8.5, minus 107. The run line at plus 1.5, minus $1.80. I definitely side towards the Astros here. The Astros run line. But it being minus 180, I'm not a big fan of laying 180. I will if I have to. Ronald, thank you for jumping on board. I see you just jumped on board for 3 days. And 3 days of premium plays. They'll be posted here in just a little bit. They'll be posted in just a little bit. And Jay Gonzalez, while I have you here, were you trying to do it on your cell phone or were you trying to do it on a computer? That's another one right there. That's actually probably what I need to know. And I'll have our IT guys take a look at it. I'm not opposed to laying juice, guys. You know, and I tell you guys that all the time. I'm not opposed to laying juice. Juice only matters if you lose. But the thing that I don't like about the run line today, 1, the juice, and 2, both of these pitchers will more than likely get hit today. Nicholas says over and under 8. I think under is what he says. John A., nope, nobody's work should probably have our site blocked, I don't think. You're on your cell phone. Definitely take a look at it. As far as the side goes, I definitely lean towards the Astros. I'll probably lay off the side, to be honest, today, folks, as far as the run line goes. JP says, first time here, and I have to say I like this one in the atmosphere. Thank you, JP. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We go live 7 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 Pacific, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. On the weekends. Yeah, Brandon, military would definitely block our site. John, it very well may be. Very well may be. As far as this one goes, I know a lot of people on the under, and I think they're taking the wrong approach to it. Postseason games generally go under. It's the postseason. Every run, every hit, every pitch matters in the postseason. There's no other time where a single pitch is scrutinized than the postseason. And Henry, you're reading my mind. It's probably because you're on our plays and you know how I feel about these. I do lean towards the Astros. But I think there's runs in this one. This will be a play of ours. This will be going out. All right, this will be going out. The over 8. Matt says BetOnline's blocked, but your site is good to go. Jeff, playoff baseball is one of the best sports when it comes to the playoffs. No doubt about it. I absolutely love it. Everything in the postseason is magnified, as Joshua says. Agree. Now, I know some are getting 8, some are getting 8.5. All right, BetOnline has 8.5, minus 107. I know a lot of books have 8. Okay? I am betting the over. I am betting the over, and I'm going to make it a free play for you guys today. All right? Now, if you watch it, you may see some under bets come in, and they may push the juice down and change it to 8. I don't think you have to worry about this going from 8.5 to 9. So as far as this one goes, I'm going to wait. I will be betting this one. All right? I will be betting this one. I'm going to monitor it. If I see the juice start trending up, I'll bet it. If it starts going down, I'll wait. Maybe we can time it at 8. If for some reason it lands a 5-3 final, 6-2 final, 7-1, whatever the case may be, I'll be looking for that push, but I don't think we need to get there. I definitely don't lean on the under. I'm betting the over, and I am going to make it a free play. We're going to put it up on the Vibe Interactive free play board. All right? We're going to put it there. We're going to put the Astros and the Rays over 8.5. And I'm not too worried about the hook at all, guys. We'll get this one up there for you guys because I am betting this one. This is not a lean. I'm not worried about the hook in this situation at all. All right, guys. Oop. Not worried about the hook at all in this situation. I like the 8.5. It's been something that I've been watching and waiting for. I think both pitchers, get beat up. Now, I don't think, I'm not anticipating a 9-8 shootout or anything like that. Dorsen.com says it dropped to 8 for you, then fantastic. If you're getting 8 right now, by all means, bet it. As of right now, I'm getting 8.5 at minus 107. So that's what I'll put it up at. Absolutely. Rest in peace, Joe Morgan. John A says that's a sweet display. Thank you. We definitely, Gennaro, if you got 8, by all means, hammer it. Absurd, no problem. Not a problem at all. For everybody that's new, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Lance says 6-4 Rays. I'll take the 10 runs. Don't care which way we get them. Jeff, if it's a pitcher's duel, the Rays are going to win. The Rays have the advantage when it comes to the pitchers, the bullpen, getting out of jams. The Rays have the advantage. I agree with you 100%. If the Astros want to go to the World Series, they have to put up runs. And I'm going to be honest with you. I am rooting for a Astros, and I get it. The Braves are my team, and I hate even muttering these words. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to be betting the Braves, or I might be, or I might not be. But if we get an Astros and Dodgers World Series and they go back at it again, and you've got the Astros who cheated the Braves, or the Astros who cheated the Dodgers, excuse me. I was reading the comments. Going at it again. The Astros will always have that streak next to their name for cheating during the, getting caught. But if the Astros somehow advance to the World Series and they face the Dodgers and they beat the Dodgers in a bubble atmosphere with no cheating, no trash cans, no scandal, can you imagine the laughing stock that the Astros make everybody? I'm actually kind of rooting for the Astros making Dodgers, the laughing stock. My favorite team growing up was anybody playing the Dodgers. John A. says the line change on Bovada from 8.5 to 8. By all means. You just answered yourself, the question. No delay. Hammer away. Hammer away. So that's my lean on that one. As far as the side goes, no real opinion on the side when it comes to it. Jay Gonzalez, I see your email. I will definitely take a look at it when we get off the live show. I'll email you back and see what I come up with, see what they come up with. But generally, Lance says the Stros don't have the pitching to beat the Rays, so they're going to have to beat the Rays at their own game, and that's pitching. Mark S., absolutely. All right, guys, so let's jump into the next game. So we've been live for a while, which I don't mind at all. I don't mind that at all one bit. Gennaro says not going to happen. The Rays will play the Dodgers. Well, Vegas says the Rays are going to play the Dodgers anyways because that suits the favorite. However, I wouldn't count the Astros out. Personally, I hope it goes 7 games. Personally, I hope both series go 7 games. Because I got news for you. Where the Astros will start to get an advantage in this season is later on in the series. You got to remember, best of 7, no games off, or no days off, straight 7 games. Game 1 through Game 7, all in 7 days if needed. The Astros have the starting pitchers where they can rotate a 3-man or a 4-man rotation. The Rays can't. The Rays use an opener. Now, the Rays have mastered the ability to use an opener. But the Rays go to the bullpen more than anybody. The reason why they have the #1 bullpen. But they go to the bullpen early, often, and a lot in every single game. So after game 3, if the Astros aren't down 3-0, later on in the series, myself personally, between the Astros and the Rays, I give the advantage towards the Astros if they go on later in the series. If the Astros are down 2-1 in game 4, that pitching advantage that the Rays have had in their bullpen, it's going to go away. God forbid one of these games goes to extra innings. And they got to be used more. Castillo going to be able to be used in a close game 4 days in a row? No, hell no. It's not going to happen. Tiffany Williams says, I like the Dodgers. Think they'll go over and win. What do you think? We're going to talk about that one next. But it's apparent some of you have not watched our daily free play video. If you haven't watched our daily free play video, when you're done with this one, you might want to. You might want to. Because we do have a free play. We have a free play on the Braves and the Dodgers game in our daily free play video. Castillo is a stud, no doubt about it, but he's not going to go and be able to close out 4 straight games. No way, no how. No way, no how. If this game goes past 4 games, at game number 4, I start putting the pitching advantage in the Astros' favor. Not to say that they're going to win game 4. But the pitching rotation and the pitching matchups later in the series between the Astros and the Rays are going to favor the Astros. You'll start seeing that. Mike Brown says the Braves rotation is better than people think. They've got a nice rotation going. That they do. That they do. And guys, I preach this every single year in the postseason. It doesn't matter if it's Major League Baseball, the NHL, the NBA. Doesn't really apply in football because they're not playing in a series. But the team that's trending at the right time in the postseason wins the championship. In order to win a championship, you have to be peaking at the right time. How many times do we see an 8 seed? We saw it with the LA Kings years ago. Barely for their second Stanley Cup Finals. Barely squeaking in the playoffs. It took them to the last game of the season, came in the 8 seed, beat everybody. Teams that peak at the right time during a series, be it a 3-game, a 5-game, or a 7-game series, have a major advantage. It doesn't matter what they did the entire season. You can't win a championship unless you get to the postseason. You can't win a championship in the postseason if you're not peaking at the right time. There's some teams that are playing great. Astros were hot, they were cooled off in their series against the A's. The Rays were a little wish-washy, but they're picking up steam. But still, they're winning close games. Josh says, last year the Blues, perfect example. Exactly. The Dodgers. Are the Dodgers peaking? Or the Dodgers having... Dodgers beat the Padres 3-0. Wasn't the easiest of 3 games. Game 2 gave the Dodgers a scare. They got the job done. As far as I'm concerned, in the postseason, the 2 best teams, they'll be playing tonight. The Braves and the Dodgers are going at it. They're peaking at the right time. They're peaking at the right time. Both are sweeping everybody. Braves started out sweeping the Reds 2-0. Dodgers swept the Brewers. Dodgers swept the Padres. Braves made easy work out of the Marlins. Joshua, what about peaking too early? It's the postseason. It's not too early. You got to make it to the postseason to play. Baseball is the most streakiest sport that there is that we can bet on and that can be played. John says the Rays have to win 4 straight to beat the Astros, which will not happen. Dodgers take game 1 and then take it in 7. I think the Dodgers are in for... a tougher battle in game 1 than a lot of people are leading it up to believe. Walker Buehler's a great pitcher. No doubt about it. He's a great pitcher. Max, very underrated. Max, very underrated. Most people didn't even know who Max was. Getting the start in game number 1. Evolution Army, the $5 sale for the UFC, that's not a normal thing. It's normally $29.99. Is he going to have anything for this week? I don't know. Or, I mean, he'll have the UFC, but I don't know if he's going to have a sale or not. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'll try and find out for you, though. Carlos says, Atlanta looks like the hottest team to me. And he thinks they beat the Dodgers, excuse me. You know, most notably, Walker would have to drop the game for the Dodgers to lose game 1. The thing that interests me the most in this one, and it may make for a live bet situation. The Braves have the most come-from-behind victories in Major League Baseball this year from the 7th inning and on. I think they're at 20 wins. It's either 19 or 20 come-from-behind victories from the 7th inning on, where they were down from the start of the 7th to the 9th. They're going to be up against a team that's outscoring opponents from the 7th to the 8th inning. I love this matchup. There's so much about this matchup, not just statistically, but what we got going on. Myself personally, I'm going to be real honest with you. I could remember sitting as a Braves fan with my tomahawk as a kid when they'd be playing the Dodgers in the exact same situation, the exact same series. And my mom and my cousins and all them, my cousins are Dodger season ticket holders for umpteen years. Mom's a huge Dodger fan. This is a big family rivalry too, Braves versus the Dodgers. The only difference for me now is I have money on the games. Now, who am I going to have money on? We're going to find out. But as far as this is by far, I love this matchup. Haven't had a great matchup like this for me personally since I was a kid. And if you guys don't think I'll be talking some trash to the Dodger fans, I probably will. Even if I'm betting the Dodgers, I'll probably still talk some trash to Dodger fans. But that's just me talking shit. But anyways, as far as this one goes, old Maxey on the mound. He lasted 4 innings against the Marlins, gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, had a bad outing. Braves had that monster 7th inning, like they always seem to do. But to come from behind victory, they put up 6. They ended up winning that game 9-5. They gave up 1 in the 8th. So after the 7th inning, they were winning 9-4. Real champ, the daily free play? No, that's just a regular play. What it'll end up, we haven't put out our plays yet. We haven't put out our plays yet. Ruben says the Maddox and Sid Bream years. Absolutely. Funny you say Maddox. So at the new house that we had built, off-topic subject, for everybody that doesn't know, I'm a huge Atlanta Braves fan. I've got a brick in their new ballpark that says #1 Braves fan, KJ, the whole works. In the new house that we built a game room, yada, yada, yada. I got a nice big pool table game room and a bar that will be going in there. Big, giant 4-panel TV wall like this, but actual real giant TVs. Not giant TVs, but it'll be a big TV wall. Either 55s or 60s. But one of the walls I have mapped out, I'm going to have a couple jerseys. I've got a bunch of autographed jerseys. But I'm going to have a Braves wall. Greg Maddux, John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, Steve Avery, stacked 4 up. Bobby Cox in the middle. So am I a Braves fan? Yes, but one thing that I promised you guys, I will take the emotion and my fanness out of it when it comes to betting. Mike Brown, me too, must be the same age. Hey, I'm David Justice fan right here, baby. Fred McGriff. I think in high school, one of my book reports was the Atlanta Braves book about him being from worst to first. No Chipper. I'm not a big Chipper fan. I mean, I liked him when he played, but I'm not. I go old school with the Braves, and not even too old school. Greg Maddux, Steve Avery. I loved Steve Avery when I was a kid. The way Greg Maddux pitches, pitchers these days need to replicate. Get ahead in the count, throw 3 shitty pitches, and you strike them out. You hardly ever see it anymore. You get these ding-dongs that try and make the nice, impressive cutters through the strike zone. And hang a breaking ball. Back in the day, Greg Maddux get up 2-0 on you, or 0-2, excuse me. You knew you were getting 3 balls either high or in the dirt, outside. But yeah, Joshua, never bet with the heart, or you'll find the wallet light. Fact. I'm not afraid to fade the Braves if the situation calls. All right, guys, Braves plus 126, Dodgers laying $1.36. Atlanta run line plus 1.5, minus 161. It was 160 last night. Dodgers on the run line minus 1.5 is plus money, plus 141. Total in this game, over and under 8 runs. The total on this one is the mystery. All right, the total on this one is going to be the mystery. What do we see out of these today? All right, obviously Walker Buehler, fantastic pitcher for the Dodgers. He's only been going 4 innings his last 3 starts. Padres, Brewers, and then his last tune-up against the A's. Been giving up 2 to 3 hits. Gave up 1 home run 2 games ago against the Brewers. He's given up 3 runs over his last 2 games, over 8 innings started. 16 strikeouts over his last 2 games. The thing with Buehler that I don't like is the 6 walks. I've made a lot of money betting Buehler this year. A lot of money. I've also avoided him at the right times. When he's had rough games against the Angels. Padres come to mind a couple times. But for the most part, he has been a very solid 4 to 5 inning pitcher for the Dodgers. What scares me about the Dodgers is their bullpen, their closer. If you're a Dodgers fan or you're betting on the Dodgers, Dale Murphy, absolutely. If you're betting on the Dodgers, or if I'm betting on the Dodgers, let's pray Jansen is not the closer. I know they're going to make him the closer. Unless it's already been announced and I've just been living and haven't seen it. I'm sure Jansen will be the closer. Because he can't get off of that guy. His rocking back on the mound. as he just gives up double after double after double after double. Jansen is not the same. You have a world... Now, Joe Kelly may not be the best closer in baseball, but let's take experience. Kelly has closed out a World Series. The nerves ain't going to rattle Joe. When you have the Dodgers bullpen, you need to take advantage of it. And if Jansen's the closer, oh my God, I will be nervous if I'm betting on the Dodgers and it's a close game going into the ninth. Kenley Jansen is not what he... Use him as a middle reliever. When Buehler gets in that jam and walks 2 batters in the 4th inning and the Braves get a single and there's 3 on, 1 out, or 2 outs, or no outs, put in Jansen. Put in Jansen in the beginning of the game. The pressure to close, he's already shown he can't handle it. But when you've got the Dodgers bullpen, you got to use it. You absolutely got to use it appropriately. As far as this one goes, as far as this game goes, I think this will be one of the better series out of the 2 that we have. Absolutely, Kelly has no control. But his nerves ain't going to get to him. And it's an option for the Dodgers to use as a closer because Jansen has proven for how many years in a row now that he can't do it. If the Dodgers want to advance past the Braves, they're going to need a closer. I think the Braves hitters are too good. I think the Braves hitters are too good to let the game get out of control. However, I will tell you this. The Dodgers are equally as good when it comes to hitting the ball. Okay? They're equally as good hitting the ball. As far as the over and under on this first game, right off the bat, I lean towards the under. But I'm going to tell you this. I have a very hard time betting the under on a Dodger game. I have a very hard time betting the under on a Braves game. Now, I lean on it. Doesn't mean I'm going to be betting it. Okay? I lean on it. Doesn't mean I'm going to be betting it. If you want something on the side of this game, it's in our daily free play video. You just got to go watch that. All right? As far as this one, I think it's going to be a long series. I personally hope it's a long series. I personally hope it'll be a long series. John A. says he thinks the game will be decided in the first 5 innings. Who knows, you may be right, but you're talking about the team with the most come-from-behind victories after the 7th inning, as well as a team in the Dodgers who are outscoring opponents by over 130 runs in the 7th and 8th inning. So, with these 2 teams, nothing is done until the 9th. Nothing is done until the 9th. Rich Pena, bringing Baez. Agree. They have options. They definitely have options. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but literally 14 minutes ago, I heard this was going to happen. I hadn't seen it. But the Dodgers just changed their lineup for this series, okay? They added Alex Wood, former Atlanta Brave, and Rios were just added to the roster. They dropped second baseman Gavin Lux and Terrence Gore, an outfielder, who was their pinch running specialist. Okay, so literally 14 minutes ago, Alex Wood was added to the rotation, or to the roster. Alex Wood can close out a game. Alex Wood's a starter who's unfazed, who has no problem coming in as a middle reliever or being put in the 8th or the 9th inning. There's another option for the Dodgers. And I like Alex Wood. I hate that the Braves got rid of him. I think they should have signed him long term. That part, whatever, a whole different story. Alex Wood's a great pitcher for the Dodgers. And he adds depth coming out of the bullpen. And the reason why he was added, and I would not be surprised to see Alex Wood get a start if this game goes longer in the series, because you have to factor in, this is a different postseason. There's no rest days until the World Series. Other than that, they play every day. If this game goes seven games, they're going to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and next Sunday. Okay? They're going to play 7 games. Buehler can't pitch game 1 and game 3. If this was last season, they could have, because they have a day off. There'd be 6 days, 5 days in between. They'd be calling that a short rest day. It's not happening. They'd have 2 on, day off for travel, 2 on, day off. They can't do that no more. Andrew, we knew it was going to happen. We just was waiting for it to see. We put out our free play with what happened. It was obvious that he was going to get added. Them leaving Alex Wood off the rotation, or not the rotation, but the roster for this series. There was talk about it happening if they met the Braves. And with Jansen's meltdowns. It's a fact. Alex Wood gives them just a whole... they could use Alex Wood today out of the bullpen. They could use him to close a game. And then in game 4 or game 5, if they need a starter, because Buehler or Kershaw can't go, they actually have a very quality starter in Alex Wood that'll get them 5 or 6 innings. But no, Andrew, as far as our daily free play goes, that's out in the daily free play video. It doesn't change a single thing. I still like what we're getting. And trust me, we factor into middle relievers. We factor in that Buehler's only going to go 4 or 5 innings, and then who's going to come in after him. We factor all of that into the equation. So again, as far as this one goes, if you want to know what we're on for the side, it's in our daily free play video. As far as the total, I do lean towards the under. But again, I can't bet the under. It's a lean. I think it goes that way, but I couldn't pull myself into betting it. Again, no run in the first, draw, whatever the case may be. These are 2 of the 3 teams I will never bet no run in the first. I don't care who the pitchers are. I don't care if Soroka wasn't on the injured reserve list and he was going up against Kershaw. I don't care if it was Max and Kershaw. These are 2 teams I will not ever bet no run in the first. There's only 3 that are on that list. Dodgers, Braves, and the Yankees. The Yankees are gone. So on the first, you play this one, you're playing Russian roulette. Richard Pena, 15 total pitchers for the Dodgers. The Dodgers are planning for a 7-game series. Dodgers are planning for the long haul. Pitching advantage Dodgers, 100%. But don't count out the rotation the Braves have. It's a sleepy one, let me tell you. It's a sleepy and sneaky one. All right, so let's change gears. Let's pick up the pace here. For everybody that's tuning in, first of all, thank you. For everybody that's watching, work, home, your car, wherever, I just want to give you guys a shout out. Thank you. If you haven't already done so, do us a huge favor. X out of the live chat if you're on your mobile device, your phone, your tablet. hit a thumbs up. If you're on your computer, hit the thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the live shows. By hitting the thumbs up button, it helps get our videos trending on YouTube, especially when you comment during the live chat. We've had well over 700 here at one time today. Been a great show. Over 600 for most of the time. So for everybody that's tuning in, and Killer K, the thumbs downs don't bother me. I get it. Some people just want us to spit out free plays. They don't want to hear the juice. They don't want to hear the banter back and forth. They don't want to hear the fun stuff, which I consider fun, and some of you do as well. The barbershop talk, they get mad, they hit the thumbs down, they get out of here. That's fine, it's no problem. Our show is not for everybody. But if you want to actually deal with somebody that actually bets the games for thousands of dollars, you might want to hear what I have to say. But if you don't really care what I do or who you get plays from, you want to get plays from a bozo, some clowns, some dingbats that SBR. I mean, here's a fact, guys. SBR pays their people $25 to do a video. They're paid $25 to do a video, and they'll never show you a damn free play. I mean, a real ticket. They'll never show you a ticket. So if you guys want to deal with somebody that will mirror his screen and go bet thousands of dollars on a game while you guys do it, or the live wager show where I use the Vibe Interactive free play board, log into my BetOnline account, make wagers right there, you guys are in the right place. You want to deal with somebody, I'm not the know-it-all. I don't know everything. I'm not 100%. But we are damn good at what we do, and if we weren't, we would have been broke a long-ass time ago. Andrew Wynn says, if he doesn't give free picks, because I don't always just give out free plays on everything. Obviously, I couldn't, because it wouldn't be right to our paying customers that are on our packages. Calvin Scott, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Use the information, at least. I'll drop knowledge that some of you may not know or have access to. And if you ever want to get on board, no pressure. You want to jump on board, by all means, come join the winning team. I promise to show you a winning experience. We will not leave you hanging. When you're all said and done with your package, you will be profitable. Or I'll take care of you until you are. My promise to you. 3 days, $99. The combo package, which is really a killer deal. You get a week of premium plays, a week of my personal plays. You get guaranteed Saturday. You get our big Sunday NFL guaranteed game, which we're 5-0. By the way, 5-0. Our big UFC Max Fight pick from FC. All for $3. You get that right on the website. No pressure, no games, no gimmicks, no upsells like you get when you start dealing with the other services that are out there. No Twitter touts that, tell you to bet this, but they're betting the other side. None of that bullshit. I show my tickets for thousands of dollars. Rich Payne says, overall, premium plays are winning. We might have had a couple losing days this last week, more than we would like. But overall, like Rich just said, premium plays are winning. Premium plays are winning, and they'll be on the website here, I believe, in about 15 minutes from what I just saw. Web designers uploading them right now. So, as far as football goes, let's talk NFL. All right, let's talk NFL. We're going to roll through this quick, but we're going to hit all the key points for everything that you need to know. All right? First of all, let's talk about where the line is currently. Then we're going to talk about where the line was. Then we're going to talk about where the money is. And where the money is important, okay? It's not important for who you're going to bet on. It matters when you're going to bet. How am I feeling about this week's upcoming games? I love everything that we put out. Do I think there's good opportunities? Mark, there's good opportunities every single day. And we use our knowledge, the information that's at hand, and the information that we're privileged to, and we use it to our advantage on a daily basis. Every day there's opportunities to make money. You just got to take those lemons and you got to make lemonade. It's what we do. So back to where the money's at and why it's important. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it hard because it is important. I don't care. And let's go over the line first, and then it'll make a little more sense to you guys. For some of you that don't know, there's a lot of people tuning in. A lot of people think, oh, fade the public. Fading the public will cost you money. Riding with the sharps will cost you money. Going against the books will cost you money, unless you can time it right every single time. Aquafrost says, hey there, Kyle. Been watching for about a month. Just won on your max fight pick and one of your Sunday picks yesterday. You have a great mind. Free plays always on point as well. Thank you, Aquafrost. I appreciate the love and the support, and we're glad to have you as well. And we appreciate you not only as a viewer, subscriber, but as well as a customer as well. So thank you to you as well. Tiffany Williams, how do you sign up? You just go to our website, cappersdirect.com, click on the premium tab, and you can pick a package that best suits your bankroll and your budget. And there's a direct link to it. I just posted a link that takes you right to the premium place. As far as this game goes, line opened up Saints laying 7.5 with a total of 52. The total has came down. The line has came down a tad bit as well. Okay, line as of right now at BetOnline, the total's at 49.5. So we've seen the total come down 2.5 complete points in this game. Also, the Saints are laying 6.5 minus $1.19 at BetOnline, which is the official odds and sportsbook of the live show. They do sponsor the live show. If you want 2 days of premium plays or my personal plays as a trial for free, feel free to go to the website, read the very top of the page. If you qualify, fantastic. If you don't, we'll work on something in the future. But as of right now, Saints laying 6.5 minus $1.19 at BetOnline. As far as where the money is at, okay, 58% of against the spread bets coming in right now are on the Saints. Laying 7 at some books, 6.5 at BetOnline. They're taxing you a little extra juice, minus $1.19. No harm, no foul there. Joe says plus 6.5. 42% are on the Chargers. When it comes to the total's dropped 2.5 points, yet 81% of the money coming in is on the over. Total's dropping, money's coming in on the over. 90% of all money line bets coming in have the Saints on the money line. Why this is important? When I look at this information, first of all, I don't care. I'm going to give this, there's, people that out there say, oh, you're a square better because you bet with the public, or you're a sharp, or I'm a sharp better, follow the sharp bettors, this and that. If there's somebody out there that has to give themselves a name and call themselves a sharp better, they're a flipping moron. You see them all over Twitter. Twitter touts, I'm a sharp this, I'm a sharp that, this person's a sharp. What a sharp is, if you go ask any sportsbook director, what is a sharp player? He's going to tell you the definition of a sharp player is somebody who continuously beats the closing line. Day in and day out, they beat the closing line. By a half a point or 7 points, somebody who beats the closing line. Doesn't mean they necessarily win. Just because they beat the closing line doesn't mean they win. But what I will use this information for, not to see where sharps are, not to use where the public is, because that has no bearing. I don't give a rat's ass where some Twitter tout who wants to call himself a self-imposed title and give himself the name of a sharp better. I don't care where the public is betting. Makes no difference to me. I'm going to do my breakdown. I'm going to do my analysis. I'm going to use the information at hand. And I'm going to break down the game to where I think the number needs to be. And then I'm going to take a look at the numbers that we're getting from the books, and I'm going to decide if I'm betting it or I'm not. Where's value, where's not. But what I will use that information to, if I know the line is dropping and everybody in the world, their mom, their aunties, and their TTs are all betting the under, but I want the over, I'm just going to kick back. And I'm going to kick back and I'm going to wait. I will let them push the total down, and right before close, I will pound the snot out of the over. Vice versa. Let's just say I want the under. Let's just say I want the under in a Monday night football game or a Sunday game or whatever the case may be. Basketball, baseball, it doesn't matter. This applies to all sports. If everybody in the world is pounding the over and that line is going up, and I want the under, I will kick back. I will let everybody out there push the line up. And then I will kick back and I will bet the under. No different than taking the Chargers or the Saints. If I want the Saints and that line's dropping, I'm not going to bet them now. I'm going to wait. I'm going to monitor that line. Yeah, it takes a little extra work. I got to check my phone. I got to check the odds. Got to continuously monitor the percentages. But if I want to take the Saints and I know the line's dropping, I will wait. I'll take the better line every time. Or if I want the Chargers and I know everybody's betting the Saints, that line's going to get better, I'll wait. But if I want the Chargers and I know everybody's taking the Chargers and that line's going to drop, they're going to go from 7.5 to 7 to 6.5, oh, you best believe it, I'm going to bet them sooner rather than later. The object to this game, if you want to be successful, number one, beat the closing line. For whatever side you're taking, beat the closing line. Unless it's the best line. In that case, park your ass in your chair and wait. The best line possible for whatever it is that you're betting will give you the best outcomes more times than not. So use that information to your advantage, and that's it. Don't use it because everybody's betting the Chargers, you should go bet the Chargers. Or everybody's betting the Saints, so you should bet the Saints too. If you're doing that, just send me your money. I'll give you half back. I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll send you on your merry way. Because that's about as good as you're going to get. And you got a half-back rebate. Chargers, 1-3 straight up, 2-1-1 against the spread, 1-3 to the over. Saints, 2-2 straight up, 2-2 against the spread, 4-0 to the over. All right, guys, Saints coming off their big win over the Lions, 35-29. Before that, they had that 2-little loss stretch that started with the good old Las Vegas Raiders getting a big win, beating them 34-24. They lost to the Packers. We were on the Packers. They lost 37-30. All 4 games have gone over. They beat Brady and the Bucs in game 1, week 1, 34-23. Joe Chris says, pay attention, guys. He's giving you jewels for success in this game. The information that I just said about how to beat the closing line and how to use it to your advantage, 100% some of the best information that is never said. Fresh Escobar says, it's going to be a great week. My baby boy was born last night. Fresh Escobar, congratulations, brother. Congratulations. I hope baby and mom are healthy and doing great on the recovery. Congrats. Congrats, Fresh Escobar. Chargers. Chargers are doing Chargers things. Now, they won in week 1 against the Bengals, 16-13. Very close game. Mike Brown says, my book doesn't charge juice, but won't give lines till 1 hour before the game. I also lose on all pushes on teasers. Since listening to you, I'm going to a sports book and making real money. And I was about to say, if that line wasn't in there, Mr. Brown, at the very end, I was going to tell you, you need to find another book. Rodney, if you started on the 9th and you bought a 3-day package, that would be the 9th, the 10th, the 11th. Today is the 12th. I don't have my client list in front of me. It's like 5 pages of clients as of right now, front and back. But I will definitely take a look. And if it's up for renewal, I will definitely let you know. But I can tell you in the last 3 days, if your package is up after 3 days, you're up because you've won. I've produced 3 straight winning days. That's a fact. But I'll definitely check for you, Mr. Sanford, as soon as I get off the live show and I start sending out games. I print out an updated list of who's expired, who needs to renew, who's active, who needs to be extended. And then I send out plays, and then I'll contact everybody that needs to renew. Do I buy lines down? Mark, here's my thinking on lines. Has it helped me? Yes. Have I done it in the past? Yes. Occasionally I'll buy a hook. Occasionally. But for the most part, and this is, a wise man once told me this. And I live by this rule most of the time. Because every situation is different. If I have a monster bet out there, I might buy a hook. But for the most part, if you have to buy points, you're already on the wrong side of the game. If you have to buy 2 points, and you used those 2 points to win, or you used one of them to win, fantastic. You won. Winning, that's all that matters in this business. But you were on the wrong side. You capped it wrong. You always got to take that into consideration. If you're buying points, you're on the wrong side of the game. If you needed those points. Now, if you buy points and you didn't need it, you weren't on the wrong side. But remember, my logic behind juice only matters when you lose. It's a fact. Juice only matters when you lose, because when you win, you get it right back. So, back to this game between the Chargers and the Saints. Chargers 12-3 against the spread on the road on a losing streak of 3 or more games. Chargers doing Chargers things. It doesn't matter if Pick Six Rivers, so funny. Pick Six Rivers goes to the Colts. Oh my God, he is the holy grail through week 2 or week 3. Oh my God, or not the Saints, the Colts. The Colts this, the Colts that. We've been calling him Pick Six Rivers since he left, since long before he left. All right? Herbert will be the next Pick Six Rivers. He's slinging the ball. He's fantastic. He's on a losing team. The Chargers had a lot of hype going into week 2 or at week 3 because they gave the Chiefs a run for their money. This is professional sports. Any one of these teams can win on any given day. It doesn't matter if they're a 13-point dog. They can win on any given day. It's the NFL. There's a reason why the players are in the NFL. It's not college football. It's not Alabama against Citadel, who maybe had a bad quarter or a bad half, who will come back and make the Nick Saban coaching adjustments in the second half and slaughter Citadel. That's not what the NFL is. There's a reason why every player in the NFL that actually made the roster is there. Any one of them can play on any given day and win. The Chargers gave the Chiefs a run for their money. The Chiefs came out flat in the first half. Mahomes was off in the first 3 quarters of that game. We watched it live during Live Wager. We watched it. We hammered the snot out of the Chiefs live during that game, during Live Wager. Mahomes slowed that game down in the beginning. He was off his game, missing passes. Ben DeStewart says, new subscriber, due to your transparency. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. We will always be transparent. Going into week 3, week 4, the Chargers were riding high. Oh my God, Justin Herbert. I mean, their own team doctor punctured Tyrod's lung. It says enough right there about the organization as a whole. What they were when Phillip Rivers was around. Rivers wanted to retire as a Charger. The Chargers did nothing to bring him in support. Real Champ says, yes, the Chargers should have won. I disagree. The Chargers couldn't beat a bad Mahomes. The Chiefs' defense, which people were saying, oh, had a horrible game. How did they have a horrible game? Because they didn't plan for Justin Herbert. They planned for Tyrod Taylor, so they adjusted on the fly. A good coach, and Andy Reid, goes to the locker room at the half. They make the proper changes that they need. They come back out in the second half. They shut the Chargers down in that game in the second half. They made the corrections on defense. Patrick Mahomes also made the corrections coming out of the locker room. Now, it was late in the third where he started picking up his game and coming into rhythm. You can keep a good player or a good team down only for so long before a good coach picks his players up, puts them right back on track, and gets them doing exactly what they need to do. Chiefs ran into a hurdle yesterday. We saw that. Any team can win on any given day. The Chiefs and the Chargers, Chiefs were planning on Tyrod. It was just the day before, it punctured the lung. Trying to give a cortisone shot to the ribs. Whoops. Saints 8-21 against the spread on the road at home against a poor team with a 30% or less winning percentage. Saints have always notoriously played down to their competition, it seems. And we're going to go over the numbers. Chargers are not all cracked up to what they be. Justin Herbert will be a great quarterback if the Chargers can keep him healthy. If they can keep him on his feet, not his ass. These teams haven't played in 4 years, so anybody who wants to say it was a close game 35-34 4 years ago, throw that shit right out the window. Okay? Throw that shit right out the window. Anybody that's out there wants to say the last 5 games went over the total, throw it out the window. That's dating back to the year 2000. Some of you were still in high school. All right? That's dating back 20 years. These two teams don't face off very often. All right? Chargers are 7-0 to the over on the road against stout rushing defenses, yielding less than 3.6 yards per carry. Now, Chargers averaging just 20.8 points per game, under 3 touchdowns a game, compared to the 30.8 of the high-flying Saints. With Thomas, without Thomas, they still put up numbers. Chargers averaging 125 yards on the ground at 3.9 yards per carry. They run the ball 32 times a game. Been airing it out 34 times on average, 275 in the air. When it comes to the Saints, pretty diverse with Drew Brees behind their 29 passing plays, 29 rushing plays at 120 yards a game, 4.2 yards per carry, 32 passing plays on average, 251 in the air, 7.7 yards on average per passing attempt. We haven't seen many long bombs by Drew Brees. Question his arm strength. Question all that. It's Drew Brees. There's really not much to question. Saints have had some stiff competition so far through the year. Tampa Bay, Vegas, Green Bay, and then their gimme game against Detroit. They still gave up 29. The thing with the Saints is their defense. The Saints' defense, which they definitely improved in the offseason, haven't shown it on the field yet. Granted, they've played against a couple people that can sling the ball. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, Stafford, all people or quarterbacks that can sling the ball. Chargers giving up 23.8 points per game on average by their defense, giving up just 111 on the ground, 4.5 yards per carry. It's not the 111. It's the 4.5 that gets me going. Saints average 4.2 yards per carry. They're going to be going up against a rushing defense that's giving up even more than that, 4.5 yards per carry. Chargers on defense give up 263 in the air, 6.7 yards per passing attempt. The Chargers as a whole through 4 weeks are -4 on turnovers. As far as the Saints on defense, they're giving up 30.8 points per game. 97 on the ground. They're holding teams at 3.6 yards per carry. The Saints' run defense has been strong. 3.6 yards per carry is what they're giving up. Chargers only average 3.9. When it comes to the passing game, Saints giving up 237 in the air, 6.9 yards per passing attempt. And the Saints are +2 on turnovers. And that's even with Drew Brees' mistakes, that pick 6 a couple games ago. All of that works. No look-ahead scenarios. Yeah, Saints get week off. Bendis says the Saints' defense against the pass isn't that great. And it was supposed to be. They had that big pick-me-up in the offseason. The Saints will come about their defensive game. One thing that you always have to worry when you get two gunslingers in Justin Herbert, Herbert, Rainbow Sherbert, whatever we want to call them, okay? And Drew Brees. When you get two gunslingers in there, Sean Payton, taking the under in a Saints game is a risky proposition. I don't care if everything in the world points to the under. Total at 49.5 -108. People will say the under, and the under, and the under, and the under. In 4 games, the Saints are 2-2. they put up 34 in a win, 24 in a loss, 30 in a loss, and 35 in a win. If they're averaging 30 points a game, you're telling me the Chargers aren't going to put up a couple touchdowns and a field goal? Jeremy Dickinson says Chargers are missing 2 offensive linemen. Absolutely. If you don't think being down linemen helps to scoring points, it does to the other side. Defense can affect the score as well. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't look at it from that angle. Turnovers. If a team like the Chargers that are prone to turnovers, regardless if it was Pick Six Rivers or we'll call him Pick Six Junior, because it's going to happen at one point, trust me. We'll start the nickname here at Cappers Nation Live for all Rainbow Sherbert. If a team is down offensive linemen and they can't protect the quarterback, and that team is already -4 on turnovers through 4 weeks, if what you're telling me is that they're going to have a problem scoring, but all those problems will happen probably in their own zone, it's going to lead to more scoring opportunities for the opposing team. Doesn't matter if it was offensive linemen down for the Saints. If you're telling me, from what you guys are saying, that you feel that the Chargers are going to have a hard time moving the ball against the Saints' defensive front, and if they're not going to have ample time to allow Justin Herbert to sit in the pocket and pass because their offensive linemen are down, so what you're saying is that they're going to have a hard time getting out of their own zone. If every time the Saints score, they kick the ball off, and the Chargers, if they can't do anything, and I'm not saying they can't, but if they can't do anything with the ball, if they're not getting 3 or 4 first downs, moving that ball 10, 15 yards at a time, and advancing to the other side of the field, you're going to give field possession to one team, and you're going to say that they can't put up points on the board themselves? The Saints can put the total over in this one. In any game, the Saints can do it. The Saints can put up 49 in any situation. Have they this year? No, they haven't. Because their defense allows other teams to score the ball or score. Joe Chris has a real possibility that a defensive touchdown today. I agree. Both teams. Breeze is capable to throw a pick six. Here's the thing when you factor into your total. You can't count for defensive touchdowns. You can't count for scoop and scores. You can't count for a fumble in the defensive zone. Chargers will score. Anybody can score. Hell, this is what I feel about the Chargers defense. Not their front, their secondary. I bet we could find enough people in this live chat that could at least move the ball a couple first downs and flip the field position. So, as far as that goes, I think we see points in this game. I think a lot of people are reading this game to be a defensive game. The line's dropping. Everybody's scared. Yada, yada, yada. Prime time, take the over. This, that, whatever aspect that everybody wants to go ass backwards on. Okay? Total sitting at 49.5 minus 108. Total is trending down. Total is trending down. At BetOnline, you can get under 49 at minus 118. Okay? You can get the under 49 at minus 118. Or excuse me, not the under, the over. The over 49 at minus 118. Okay? So Jay Hughes says Chargers and the under. Yeah. I didn't say anything about the Chargers. Never said anything about the Chargers. I actually don't have an opinion on the side of this one. But I will give you guys a free play that I am betting. And I will tell you this, for all the 620 people that stuck around to the end, I'm not betting the under. I'm not betting the under. I'm betting the over. I'm going to take it at 49. It's minus 118. Normally it would be 49.5, minus 108. or 49.5 minus $1.10, I'll pay the 8 cents more. I'll take it to minus 118 to take the over at 49. 7 touchdowns, 7 extra points. We're going to have to add in a field goal or an extra score because one of these kickers will miss an extra point. I'm glad I can keep at least some people entertained. I love it. Pick Six Junior. You guys are a few minutes behind. We're going to call him Pick Six Junior. And I mean, Drew Brees is capable to throw one as well. So I'm going to put it up on the Vibe Interactive free play board. We're going to turn some heads. I'm going to cash on the over. Fade, follow. It doesn't matter what you do, but it's a winner. It's a winner, all right? Whoa, hold on. We're going to have to fix this board here in a second, folks. And I am going to take it at minus 118. That way I get it at 49. And do I consider that buying a point? Not really. I really don't. I really don't for the sole aspect that is minus 108. I'll take it at the even Steven 7 touchdowns. I don't think we need it though. All right? Free play up on the Vibe Interactive free play board. Jason Gibbons, dang, you're wanting me to change to the over. Jason, to be honest, I don't care what you bet. I don't care what you bet. It doesn't matter to me. Fade, follow, do what you want. It's your money. But one thing that I will always tell you, bet responsibly, bet within your means. Don't bet with your heart. Do what you think is best and roll with it. I'm not right 100% of the time. Be Nice says, why not over in the first half? Maybe it stays under in the first half. I'd rather take my money on the full game over. I mean, I am trying to speak like logic. You know what I mean? As far as the reasons why I believe the game will go over. Scott, don't think Dan Patrick goes this long. Pat McAfee does, though. Mark S. says, bet management is what I need to work on. It's what everybody. I'm guilty of it at times, too. We have been live a really long time today. Over 3 hours today. Holy shit. Just over 3 hours. We actually beat Pat McAfee today. Only 3 games. We talked 3 hours, but it was a hell of a show. Kyle, do you think the line can get back up to 6.5 or to 7.5? I don't. I don't think it will. Public's going to pound the Saints as soon as they get off of work. All right, if you're on our premium plays, they'll be posted in a little bit. My personal plays will be going out shortly. If you're not on board, now is the time to get on board. Smoking deals out there, and we're going to hammer the books. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, we definitely appreciate it when you do. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, subscribe now. We will be live tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow, same time, same place, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Doors.com, we do a special UFC show on fight day. I'm trying to get FC to start coming on the live shows. I don't do the UFC. I don't pick I'm not responsible for the UFC. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, if I was to start picking the UFC, you guys wouldn't be winning. Fact. UFC is not my specialty. We got a guy that is he's actually a former agent, industry insider, that actually knows the fighters, travels to other fight camps, and all of that. I'm trying to get him to do a live show. Cortland says, I just want to win. We love you, Cortland. Been with us forever. Joshua says 600 to 750 for 3 hours. Boom. I'd have to say that's one of the bigger sports betting ones on YouTube. I love it. I love the progression that we're getting. A Real Champ Premium Plays, I was told, will be coming up shortly. Greg, if you're having audio issues, it's probably not on our end. It's probably on your end. Doors.com says I'm good on UFC. the UFC that we put out is spot on, but I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. I got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? I got to give credit where credit is due. And brother, that ain't me. The UFC is not me. Picking those max fight picks, the dog of the night, monster dog of the night last week. Oh man, that ain't me. I'm good on UFC. That is definitely not me. I wish I could take the credit for it, but man, FC is such a nice guy. I got to give him all the credit in the world. Just think, the Pat McAfee show has 30,000 watching. We only have 600. So we're a little far off. But then again, we're not on Sirius. All right, guys, to everybody that tuned in, we'll be live again tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow. Premium will be waiting very shortly. All right, guys, I am out of here. And have a good time today. All right, guys, I'm out. And see you guys tomorrow. Good luck. Always bet within your means. Don't do anything stupid. Hit that subscribe button. Andrew, we're live 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. 7 Pacific. And then Saturday and Sundays, an hour earlier. Latest time to put in the bets right before they start. But my plays will be going out here shortly. All right, guys, have a good day. I'll be in touch with everybody that's on my personal plays within the next hour, because it takes me about an hour to get them all out to everybody. Enjoy. And Jay Gonzalez, I will. But do me a favor. Go to Google, type in what's my IP address. Find out what your IP address is, copy, paste it, and email it to me. That way I can look it up to see if it's blocked by our server or our credit card processor or whatever the case may be. Do that for me. That way I have a better way to try and figure it out. Andrew, I appreciate it. Derek Davis, thank you. Says dope show. I'm back next time. I appreciate it. Everybody, I appreciate the love, support. We'll see you guys all tomorrow.